Hello, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play. It's time for more Oathsworn. This is, of course, Chapter 7, Encounter. So we are continuing where we left off from the last stream. And if you haven't been following, this is going to feel a little bit like being thrown in the deep end, because there's a lot going on, and a lot of story going on as well. But I am, of course, joined by Chris. Hello, Chris! Welcome.
Hello, how's it going, Mike? How's it going, everybody else? I like your framing. The framing of you is the best I've ever seen it. your position in the shot's really nice. I don't know why, it's aesthetically pleasing. Let's go. Can we go back to Mike Cam for a second?
Yeah, but no one can hear you. I don't. There's no Chris audio on this camera. We'll have to come back over here. There we go. If Chris is not on screen, we can't hear him.
I like the framing though. It's good. It looks nice.
Good. Well,
maybe lined up with the calyx perfectly. Always do that from now on. He'll never do it again. But yeah, we should say spoiler alert. I don't know if you put it in the heading. Did you?
No. Although I did put it in the description that went out on social media. This is, of course, impossible to cover without spoilers.
Yeah, heavy spoiler alert definitely for Encounter 7 and arguably for everything prior to Encounter 7 to some extent.
Even though we're not really going to be doing much of a recap. We might mention what has happened in Chapter 7 story, because of course we do need to recap on how we got here. Do you remember how we got here, Chris?
And yes, we had the option. So I should say I'm a little bit under the weather, so my brain is not functioning quite as splickety-splick as I might like, and that's my voice is a bit strange too. But yeah, we had the choice between two things. We could go off with a priest. That was it. A priest asked us to. We could find. That was it. There was a missing venerator. These great holy knights. One of them was missing, and we were asked to find him. And we said, yeah, sure, because we kind of had to keep sweet while we were waiting for the healers to get back into town, so that they could. I can't remember what the healers were called, but the healers were coming back into town, so we could ask for their help with the plague. Back in Bastogne. No, not Bastogne. Bastogne's where we started. Back in Verum, thank you. And we said we would, but then a priest wandered up to us and asked us for help saving an innocent member of their order. And we basically just did a jailbreak, got him out, and then went to rescue his mother and child from a nearby village. And when we got there, we found, dun dun dun, the missing venerator who we had refused to try and find. Well, we agreed to, but then didn't. And here he is.
We agreed to do it and then didn't.
And he's doing some sort of blood. Well, we actually did, as it turned out. He's doing some sort of weird blood magic with these villagers. We're not entirely sure what's going on.
Nope, but we stepped in to try and save a villager, and then, of course, they all turned around and attacked us. So that's just great.
Am I right in thinking we've been ambushed as well?
Let me check the free company sheet.
I'm pretty sure we were.
Well, I haven't crossed-ambushed, so we might need to do a bit of checking there.
I think we were.
We were definitely ambushed in step 6. Chapter 6, but I don't know about 7.
Here we go.
In the meantime, I'm going to take you guys over to table cam so I can show you what I'm doing, which is cards. So here you can see everything set up. We haven't flipped over the encounter board or the special rules yet, because I'm just trying to decide. If you remember, I've had Fireball and Fireworm in my Witch's spell set since the last 2 encounters, and I don't want to use them anymore, and I'm taking them out, and I'm replacing them with something else. But of course, what that is, well,
Do you remember if we charged the Venerator to save the man, or if we observed the ritual? I think we charged, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Taken by
charged
surprise.
the man. Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, we got a redraw token. Oh, no, we were not ambushed, you're right. But we also didn't get a special rules. I suspect you get special rules by observing.
Well, at least we've got that, then. So, I'm looking at the, this is all about the card position, isn't it? So I need a number 1 and a number 3.
Yes, you have a 0, 3, 2 1s, and 2 2s, that is? Or 2 3s, actually. Well,
2 1s and 2 2s, a 0, a 3.
Yeah, it's a 0 and 2, everything else.
Right, so I need a 1 and a 3 to replace Fireworm and Fireball. Because I'm not using those two. Well, I mean, they've obviously not been much of a hindrance because we won the 2 scenarios where I had them, but I just don't think I ever used them.
Yeah, that's because they're perfect for this scenario.
Well, I do sometimes worry about that. I mean, Fireworm, I don't think so. This is the one that kind of bounces out from me. So I send it out sort of out in a straight line, and then it goes every 2 hexes in a straight line, so it sort of bounces away.
Yeah, I remember using it once. You definitely used it once.
I might have used it for the bottom part, +1 damage, range 3. +1 damage attack, range 3. But it's just that it just seems really difficult to trigger and hit anything with. So I'm going to give this one a skip, I think. And Fireball, we haven't used either. Mainly because it hits everyone. So I think there hasn't been a good opportunity to use this that doesn't also blow up my friends. Now, I'm pretty sure the Warden, if you play him as a full character, has some capacity to avoid this damage. So this might be sort of useful for comboing with the Warden. But I don't know if it applies to
the companion version. Maybe one of his later archetypes later on, maybe.
Yeah, speaking of which, I've got Taunt and as 1 for him, correct?
So I strike on this one. Taunt and as 1 was what I took last time. So flip it over, basically. Oh no, sorry, no, it's the other one, the other archetype card.
So are you on archetype card 5 or the other archetype card?
No, the starting one.
So we're back to the starting one for the Warden then. Alrighty. So for the companions, these are the cards that sort of give them their special little abilities there. So Guard and Arcing Strike?
Yeah. Bit of AoE and the ability to defend other characters.
Seems reasonable.
And the Harbinger also has some cards that can redirect damage as well, so hopefully between them we can keep damage where we want it to be.
Yep. Speaking of which, coming out of the last encounter, we have full health on the Warden and the Witch, and 1 damage on the Priest and the Harbinger, so they're starting on 5.
Yep.
Oh no! I lost an arm. My Harbinger model, it's falling apart. So that's your starting cards over there. Your equipment. And you have 1 black mite. I don't know why that wasn't in your bag. Huh. Okay,
So have you cards?
So I've got, my options are Encapsulate, which is it looks like it's just kind of like straight up damage, which could be really helpful, especially because this guy looks pretty boss. So this is impossible to read apparently, but it's 2 animus. It's cooldown 1, and it says here, select an enemy that is on a water tile within range 3. Draw a white card or roll a white die. If it shows a number, the enemy loses a health. If it shows a crit, they lose 3 health. Then remove the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good, provided we can get him to stand on some water. And then we've got Chain Lightning, which bounces around people. It also bounces through the Warden. So it says he can be targeted with this, but he suffers no damage. So that's pretty good. It says attack range 3, chain range 2. You may select up to 4 targets with this chain attack. The same target can be hit multiple times, but not twice in succession, and the Warden can be targeted, but suffers no damage. That seems pretty good. I don't know why I haven't been using this.
Learning how to use the character.
Well, the other one we used to use was Comet, if you remember. This is just the straight up, like, nuke, wasn't it? So this is the other option for 3. It says additional cost 1 water, attack range 5. Before damage is drawn, you can spend any amount of animus to select the same amount of water tiles within range 3. Remove those water tiles and add 2 damage to the attack for each one removed. So that's the sort of the big attack. So it's either that or Chain Lightning. But I think given the sheer volume of people in this village, why don't we give Chain Lightning a try? We haven't tried it yet, and we've looked at it before and gone, that's pretty neat.
Why not?
Alright, so we're taking Encapsulate and Chain Lightning for this one. Instead of Fireworm and Fireball. Cool. I love changing up my whole strategy right before the hardest fight we've done so far.
Well, we don't know that for certain.
Yes, I suppose so. It's just theoretical because it has the highest number.
Yeah, no, it probably will be. And also, we fought one of these in hand-to-hand combat in story mode, and it beat it up. So.
And that one wasn't even using evil blood magic.
No, in fairness, we didn't have our weapons either.
But we did also outnumber it 4 to 1. Now it's got an army of dudes.
Yeah, well, the dudes are presumably going to be easy enough to kill. But they can mob us, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be some implication that we don't want to kill them, but we might just have to.
Well, let's have a look at the special rules then, and the encounter board.
Yes, good thinking. So, special rules first, shall we?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Oh good, damage, 4 black, defense 5. Alright, so it's got Zealots there, which is a minion with the mob rule. It's got 2 yellow might, defense 4. Great. So we've got large, immune to bleed tokens. Juggernaut. The Venerator is considered a large character for the purposes of moving a knockback. This means he will move through other characters and destroy obstacles he lands on. Alright. Blood tokens. Whenever a zealot dies, they leave behind a blood token. Place a wound in their hex to represent... a bleed token in their hex to represent this. The Venerator uses the blood tokens to power his abilities. Blood Thief. Can you read Blood Thief? My camera's being funny.
Blood Twist. If the Venerator has any lost wounds, or has lost any wounds from any of his remaining wound dice, he consumes the power of the closest wound token within range. Bleed token. He regains 1 wound to his most damaged location and then removes the bleed token from the game board. He cannot heal destroyed body parts. Note, you may choose which wound die to damage whenever you attack him. So basically, he can heal himself with the corpses of the zealots.
Yikes. Place one zealot
I'm
next to each house.
I assume they also buff other attacks as well. Is my guess. Bleed tokens probably.
And he's also got Call to Arms, so he can summon more zealots.
Yeah.
Out of the house.
So whenever his card says Call to Arms, one more zealots.
Cool.
He accelerates to stage 2 when he loses 1 die, and accelerates to stage 3 when he loses 2 dice.
I like how, according to his board, because we've sort of tried to keep, I guess they've tried to keep consistent across the iconography, you can see that even though he's basically a human person, he seems to have claws and jaws and a tail. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's his helmet and his gauntlets probably, and his
and his tail.
I don't know, his cuirass.
His cape.
Well, he's got actually a big thing of candles in his rear. Maybe that's it.
I like how our biggest, our potentially biggest threat here is getting some hot wax on us.
So he only actually has 4 dice, which is one of the lowest we've seen. But he does heal himself. But if we can destroy a die in a round, if we can never let him enter an encounter phase with a partially damaged die, then he can't heal at all.
So that sounds like a strategy.
Yes, we really want to focus on 1 die. Just take him out, basically.
Additionally, the comet would have been good then. Damn it. Yeah, I note as well that he's got so many friends, and he just summons more friends. I think maybe managing his friends is going to be the challenge here.
We also get to see the card, the encounter, or first one of his cards.
That's right. So I've got his stacks of cards here. I'm just sorting them out. So there's the escalation stacks over there. So we get to see the top card of his deck. Is that how it works?
Yeah, the top card's always face up.
So I know what he's going to do next. Alright, here we go. So I've finished shuffling them. So Repent! A single word emits from the black helm, and as it passes over you, the power of it nearly brings you to your knees. Each Oathsworn draws 2 white. These can crit. The Oathsworn with the lowest total is targeted and loses half of their defense rounded up for the rest of the encounter. Mark this with a tracker token.
Oh my god.
Move 7 to the Oathsworn and target them. Then Blood Twist and Call to Arms, and then hit with Claws. Each of with the lowest total is targeted and loses half their defense routed up for the rest of the encounter. Wow.
Well, the good news is he'll never do it if we break one of his dice.
Yep, let's just break a die right away.
I mean, hopefully, that's my goal now.
Mm-hmm. Right, because the next time it's going to be less bad, right?
And if we fail to break it, we can. I can also use foreshadowing with the Harbinger to draw the top 3 cards and put them back in any order.
Yes. This might be a good time to do some foreshadowing. Unless we draw 3 cards that are all worse than that.
That seems unlikely.
You never know.
I mean, I can do a massive attack on him straight away, potentially, if I go all in. And maybe break one. I don't know. I mean, 30 damage is a lot, I guess, actually. 30 strength.
So now we're just picking our deployment areas, I guess.
Yep.
Maybe I should start with Chain Lightning.
Just kill them in.
Yeah, well, we could. Well, we want to try and hit him
so.
too, right? Are we going to focus on breaking a die? Is that our agenda?
I think we need to kill him as quick as humanly possible. We need to deal with the minions, obviously, enough that they don't swarm us, but still, I mean, God, we need to kill him. Because he heals quick. He heals himself, and he has some devastating cards, it seems. And he hits like a truck.
Yep. So his defense is 5. So we need to do 30 damage to him.
Yeah. To break a die.
Cool. Any thoughts on where you want to start?
So the Harbinger, what the Harbinger could do is he could immediately teleport behind him and backstab him, which would get him a free empowerment. He has another empowerment token. He could do a 3 black dice attack with up to 4 rerolls available to him straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Which damage it could probably realistically to knock 3 wounds off him. I would then obviously be kind of stranded behind him. But that could be okay. I mean, the Warden could also just charge directly forward if he starts in the central space. Which means he'd also be available to take aggro. I don't know if the Witch and the Priest could do some crowd control then, but the Witch is probably better. The Witch is typically better at deep. It's one target.
Well, I've got my Chain Lightning, right?
The Warden could also do a.
Yeah, so I could use Chain Lightning. It's got range 2 for chain. So it's range 3, and then I can chain across range 2 targets. So I could feasibly Chain Lightning into the zealot standing by the wall, close to the deployment zone, and then bounce back across the 2 zealots north of him into the Venerator, and hit all 4 of them.
Okay, that's pretty good. That sounds very good, because you'll do some damage to the Venerator, and you'll also kill some minions, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. So I'll start directly south of that zealot then.
2 spaces south of that zealot, yeah?
Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll put the priest between the Warden and the Witch so that he can bless them.
Yeah, and the Harbinger will just start right at that Warden so he can get the blessing as well. The Harbinger doesn't really care where he starts because he can teleport.
Yeah, you got one teleport.
Yeah, but I seem to go most encounters without using it, so I'm kind of tempted just to use it straight away here.
Mm-hmm.
Get the backstab off. We'll see how much damage you can do from there.
Yeah, I've got 1 Empower, so I mean, it's roll once, apply to all 4 targets. So, you know, hopefully Yeah, hopefully quite high. Fingers crossed. Oh, do you know what I haven't done?
Do
I
you
haven't
want
given
to? Okay, so do
anyone
you want
any
to start us off?
animus. Bear with me, I just need to get these animus tokens.
Okay. Well, once you've done that, do you want to start off with the blessing then? We'll get defense or empower or whatever it might be.
Yep, let's do it. So, here we go. So, the priest has got to have his 2 animus, but then he spends 1 to do a blessing.
Is it defense or reroll we get?
You can get reroll, empower, or defense.
Interesting. I might take empower with the harbinger. Make it a 4 black die attack.
4 black dice attack.
Coming up soon. I might take defense with the the warden. Is just meant to tank as much as possible. What do you got? What are you guys taking?
Power and defense. So I think the priest will probably take defense so that he can sort of fulfill a tanky role. Now the witch doesn't have any defense, but I do have 2 rerolls and an empower, so I might take another empower to just beef up this lightning attack.
The tanks are taking defense and the DPS are taking empower. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're fairly consistent here.
Okay. That's a good first move. That's an animus spent by the priest. Do you want to chain lightning next? We can see the lay of the land after that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a sort of a natural starting point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters too much whether I hit the zealot that's in front of the house, just to the west of the venerator, or if I hit the zealot that's just southeast of him. Yeah, I've realized next to the house is not a helpful descriptor. I could hit either of those two.
I can see what you're pointing at. It's okay. Thank you. I have it zoomed in so I can see quite nicely.
Okay, good.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about placement of the warden or something like that, but yeah, I don't think it matters too much. Let's go for the one on the side of the witch then. So she shoots them. It's a straight line forward up the line here and then into the venerator.
Actually, no, yeah, it won't matter. It won't matter. I thought it might matter, but it won't. That's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to start with.
So did you draw one?
Well, I'm gonna have to start with my elemental suffusion and precipitation to get my elements up and running anyway.
Okay.
So we'll start with 2 animus for elemental suffusion, and that lets me, if there's no fire within range 3, place a fire in range 3. If there's no water in range 3, place a water within range 3. Now I need 3 water.
I have to go get the fire and water tokens. I forgot them.
Every time.
There's always something I forgot. Right, got them.
Yeah, it doesn't actually specify where the water needs to be in order to use it. Usually it says the additional cost. Well, usually it says range 3, right?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Well, anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just pop the water, I think, in the space next to me, and it's going to spread out towards the wall. The fire, on the other hand, wait, hold tight. I might need to do this the other way around. Am I not going to be able to get 2 water out once I place a water within range 3 or spread? No, yes, I can spread an existing water. That's fine. So I'll put the fire, I think, just directly in front of me, between me and the zealot, in case he doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Then at least if he wants to come towards me, he has to run into the fire.
And die.
Yeah. Well, they only have 1 health, I guess?
They do, yeah.
Great. Good. Okay, so that's 2 for elemental suffusion, and that goes into cooldown slot 1. And then we've got precipitate, so I'll spread the water into the two spaces next to the wall, which is going to come off in a minute anyway. And then we can spend 3 to use chain lightning, which goes into spot 3.
Yep.
Do you know what'd be great is if I could draw 2 crits here and have my my spell back, thanks to my consecrated scroll.
That would be cool. Let's hope it works.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Are you going to draw or die? Draw or roll?
Let's have a think here. So I start with 3 yellows, and I've got 2 empower tokens. So you could just roll 3 blacks. How do I feel about that?
I mean, that's kind of what I was going to do, so I like it. I mean, it's massive overkill, obviously, on the zealots, but it's reaching him. So
Yes, we only need to roll 4 to kill the zealots, right?
yeah,
And I should pick a die to hit as well, and I'm inclined to hit his flank with the claws on it, just because we at least know that that does some damage.
yeah, for sure.
Alright. So attacking his flank with the claws on it. Now we need 30 to break that die. You're doing a 4 black die attack, which is probably gonna do 3 damage maybe. So if I do 3 black dice, I can hope for 2. And then if we get lucky, we might do more.
3 black dice will probably do 2, maybe 3 if you're very lucky. You have to get an to get 3 5s though, or crit.
Well, I've got my 2 rerolls. So let's throw in 1 more white die. We'll do 4 dice. 3 blacks and a white. Now, the question is, do we draw some cards? Do we put our fate in the dice, or do we draw some cards? I do quite like drawing cards early doors, just because it gives us some more information. I feel like we get a little bit extra if you completely whiff. So let's do it. Let's draw cards for all of it.
So what are you spending? 2 empower, is it?
Yeah, I spent 2 empowers, and I've got 3 black cards and a white card.
Okay.
Here we go. This is my big turn, so luckily we've got some rerolls. So the first black is a 5 crit.
Good start.
It's a good start. And I'll pop these over here.
It's also one of the 2 crits you need.
One of the 2 crits I need to get my card back in hand, yep. The second card is a 3. The next card is 4. And the white card is a 2. Alright, so what is that?
So you can crit. You can now crit with your 5 as well. That's you're 1 away from 3 damage. You've got 14.
And for the purposes of my ability here, this for another crit would count, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well I might as well.
Yeah.
I might as well roll a die, a black die, and hope for a crit, because if I could get another black crit, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, it's unlikely, but, you know, we live in hope.
1 in 6. 1 in 6.
Here we go. Yeah! It's a 3.
I mean, it takes you over the threshold to get to hit 15.
Yep, so that's 17 in total.
It's probably not worth re-rolling anything, though, for the crit, unless you really want that crit. Well, I mean, you can re-roll the white, I guess, because you don't need the 2. The 2 is completely superfluous. So if you wanted to re-roll it to try and get a crit just to save the spell, you could.
I think we're going to want those re-rolls for more important things.
Yeah, I reckon I agree with you. But that's still great.
Okay. Great, so we're going to get some blood tokens out now, because those zealots are going to evaporate into clouds of blood.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean,
the
they got hit by a lightning bolt so hard that it just yeah, like I said, evaporates. A cloud of blood left behind.
yeah, just a splash of blood into the ground there. So we've taken the water away,
Yep.
because it is of course being converted into electrical energy, as is this. I'm gonna have to get some tack or something for this Harbinger model. I'm afraid you've got the what are those called? Traumas. You've got the leprosy trauma.
If you squeeze the torso together, it'll stay in better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're basically out of stuff with the witch. Oh, you do have
I
an
have
animus
one animus left, but I could even possibly just save that for next time. But also, I'm sort of out of stuff with her as well because, I really need these elements around, and I'm down to one fire, and I've used up all my cool cards. So that's pretty much it for now.
Just checking. Companions can move. I was trying to double check what companions can do with the tokens that they can't use otherwise.
Oh, that's
It's
on one of the. I think it's. Yeah, I think it's move 2 because it's move 4 with the.
Evasion
the
9.
ones. Yeah, move 2 or attack, or refresh a might deck.
Because I'm just trying to see. I could 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could get to him by charging forward and then just use it as a token. I think the warden, because the warden might be capable of breaking that die. There's only 3 now.
Yeah, and then you can wait to use the yeah, because we sort of want to be careful about putting too much damage on him between activations, right?
Exactly. So, but I feel, and also the warden's a good person to be in the center of the board there when an activation occurs.
Yep.
So, since you've managed to do that much damage, let me see if I could do that. I could do I got 2 yellow might. I have a free redraw on the white die. I've got an empower for the fire water and another empower with my I reckon I could probably get it done. Worth a try. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it's worth a try.
I'll spend 1 animus then to move 4 spaces. 2, 3, 4. I'll spend my 2 animus token to get another move of 2. Is there any reason to move anything? Yeah, there's no reason not to just move forward the 1. There's not another space to move, really worth moving, is there?
No, I don't think it's. I don't think there's any benefit to it that I can see.
And then there's no reason not to do an arcing strike and hit and target the space in between the zealot and the venerator.
Right, so you do like an arc across here and hit them both.
Yeah. Target up to 3 Jason hexes in your front arc, so I can just face.
Kill any enemies, you can move 2 afterwards.
Yeah, don't think I'll want to, but who knows? Maybe. Right, so I get 2 yellow by default. I also get a free redraw on a white, so I might as well take at least 1 white to begin the process. And then I have oh no, sorry. If I have not moved this turn, I can use fire water. So I can't use the fire water, but I can use my regular empower token. To get I can upgrade a yellow to a black and the other yellow to a red.
Yep.
This gives me a white, a black, and a red, and I have a reroll on the white and a reroll on anything else I want. Do you think I should take a second white, or do you think that's enough?
Well, I'm just thinking. I think you're here. You're sort of teetering on the edge of 2 damage. I think another white would probably give you a solid chance of 2 damage.
Let's take another white then, because 2 damage is good enough. Because I can then do one extra attack just to finish him off if I want to as well.
Yeah, to try and break the die. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So the Empower token's gone. You've got your dice there. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking
I'll roll the black because we already lost a crit.
Yeah.
What's the red? Oh, let's draw a red. See how the red deck is doing. See how it's feeling today.
Okay, I've got the red card here.
And then what's the white? What's the situation that you drew a white too, didn't you?
Yeah.
I guess I'll roll
I'd be tempted.
them.
Yeah, I'd be tempted not to draw whites unless we've got an attack against zealots that has a good chance of killing them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so roll the red and we'll see what happens. Okay. Here we go. Oh. It's moved.
It's the camera on your end is rotated, I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I can fix it here.
Oh, yes, it has. Sorry about that. No, it should be. Is that better?
Yep, I think we're all good now.
Sorry about that. Right, here we go. Ooh. Well, I have a reroll token, thankfully.
Yeah, fortunately. Do you want to see what the red is before you use it?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so here's the red card coming in. It is a 3. So that puts you to 7 currently.
I definitely want to reroll this. I mean, I think I should roll the die again, don't you?
Yeah. Reroll the black, yeah, for sure.
A lot of blanks in that deck. No, reroll the die, I was saying. Okay, we got 4. What was the red of 3, was it?
Yep.
Right, so we're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. I do have a crit, though.
Yep, this is true.
So I don't think it's very likely that I'll get the threshold for the 3rd damage. Let's draw a white card, see what happens.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. Alright, so here's the white card here.
If it happens to be a crit, then maybe.
It's a blank. No, it's a 2.
That's okay.
It's a 2.
Oh, that's annoying.
My bad. Alright,
so that's 12 then we're on, is it? No, sorry, 13.
13, yeah.
Well, I've no way of getting the extra 2 damage, I don't think. I can redraw a white, that seems pointless. No, unfortunately, that's just it, I think. 2 damage, and the zealot is dead. And he's replaced.
He becomes body parts, and over here we're down to 1 on this die.
So I'm happy to do a bonus attack and just try and quickly finish him off, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And then we can save the Harbinger's Prescience, or whatever it's called, foreshadowing for the next phase of the deck.
Yeah, the first die is going to break him, is it?
Yeah, first die changes his thing. So I'm spending my Battle Flow token for a free attack. This attack does not get the special determination special rule.
Yep.
Oh wait, I can just do a normal attack. I don't need to use that. I still have an attack left. I have an animus left. So I'll just use the animus. That makes more sense, doesn't it?
You didn't use the animus for Arcing Strike?
Oh, I did. I just didn't pay for it. Yep, sorry. Yep. I should have used it for Arcing Strike. You're right. So I can start off with 2 yellow. I cannot use the Fire Water because I moved this turn. It's just 2 yellow and as many whites as I want. I think I'll probably take... Is 1 white enough, do you reckon? I do have a reroll on the white as well.
Yeah, I reckon 1 white should be enough.
What am I statistically likely to get? A 2, and a 1, right?
Yeah, so 1 white puts you on pretty much bang on the 1 damage. By average.
I should take another one then, shouldn't I, really?
Yeah, I think 1 more puts you in good stead.
Yeah.
You can reroll.
We haven't drawn
one white as
any
well.
yellow cards yet, have we?
Nope.
I guess we'll draw 2 yellow cards and roll 2 white dice.
Alright, seems good.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Alright, do you want cards first or dice first?
Let's do dice first. Just need the camera up.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ooh.
1 and a blank.
I do have a reroll.
Let's see how the cards are shaping up first. Here we go. So the first yellow card is a 1.
We need a big yellow here. Come on, yellow 3. That'll do
Come
it.
on. 3 crit. 3 crit.
You just a 3.
It is. It's the 3 crit.
I didn't need the crit though. Do you want to draw another one then, or just? I mean, that deck's looking less good after all.
I think we've been quite lucky with our cards so far, so we're probably looking at dice for the rest of the combat after this.
So do we want to not draw the crit? What do you think?
No, I think we should draw it.
It's information, isn't it?
Yeah, if we get a blank at least, then we know it's sort of averaged out.
Another 3 crit, can you imagine? Go on. Hey! That's good. Excellent. Alright, he's a quarter dead. This is easy.
Yeah, we got this. This is definitely going to be fine. I foresee no problems in our future.
So Repent is removed. He will not be doing it. When we do a reaction, is we check the stage.
Yeah, we've got rid of all of his worst
goodbye, old
attacks.
stage 1 card. We'll never know.
Exactly. We'll just move straight to his stage 2 attacks. How about that? Alright, so...
I mean, you say, yeah, but Repent was terrible. Repent could have knocked 4 armor off the Warden for the rest of the encounter.
Yeah, or 1 armor off the Witch or the Harbinger.
Remember? Well,
yeah.
that's the odds of that, though.
Well, yeah, we don't know, but we'd prefer not to lose any defense. So let's find out what our new fate is. So he's going to activate now. He's lost this die here, which means he's escalated to stage 2, but at least his flank is damaged as well, so that's good. So let's go ahead and find out what on earth he's got going on.
He has no...
River of Blood. Gesturing at a corpse...
Sorry, go on.
Gesturing at a corpse, a stream of vitae vomits forth.
I was about to say, this sounds like it's going to be worse, the warped zealots we've killed.
He moves 4 to the north. Then he does Blood Twist, and then Call to Arms. Then we pick the blood droplets furthest from the Venerator, perform a wave attack that originates at that blood. We don't draw damage, but instead all enemies and zealots hit by the wave lose 1 hit point.
So the first thing I just want to mention is, am I right in remembering that when he hits the north edge of the board, he mirror bounces back?
Yes, correct. So he would just head directly south again, wouldn't he?
He stays in the same place.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he does. He bounces off of the north and mirrors back to his original position.
He then heals using Blood Twist, but he cannot because we were very sensible.
Yes, because he's got no damage dice to heal.
So the furthest blood thing away from him is the one that's way down next to your fire.
Yeah, unfortunately, right in front of the witch. I think.
Yeah. Well, luckily, this attack does 1 damage regardless of defense, and regardless, it doesn't. It's just 1 damage, right?
Sure, but what is a wave attack?
So I have the rulebook handy for exactly this type of moment. I think we may have encountered it before, but wave attack, page 31. So it's a pretty short explanation. Wave attacks affect all characters in a 3-hex wide line between the source of the wave and the edge of the board. The direction of the encounter's wave attack will always be in the direction where the greatest number of enemies will be affected by it, even during a reaction. The line is not blocked by obstacles, line of sight is not required, draw the attack once, well in this case we don't, and apply the result to all affected characters. So it can get, if we use it as the center and the wall to its the wall piece next to it as a space as well, and then the wait, is it a straight line? Hang on. All characters in a 3 hex wide line. Right, so if the Harbinger was firing away in front of him, it would be the 3 spaces in his front arc. Those would be in the line, and then that would just progress up the board. So it would hit the Venerator and the Warden, and it would hit the Zealot to the far north, but it wouldn't hit the Zealot to the right of the Warden.
Right. So we're imagining. So we're imagining that it's basically an arcing strike that moves forward.
Yeah. So what that means is it's the attack. What did it say? The attack originates at the. So it originates at the. So it's as if that token is a person, is a character, firing on. So it can either be the wall, the fire, and the space and the space to north of the priest. Straight down, it would hit the priest and the witch, or it could be the fire, the space 2 north of the priest, and the space 3 north of the priest. In which case, it would only hit the Harbinger. So it's hitting the witch and the priest.
Yeah,
is my interpretation. Yeah,
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's as a. Yeah, and it says that it will pick the attack that hits the most Oathsworn.
It's an enemy, but yeah, I think we have to assume it doesn't prioritize hitting more zealots.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can't hit the Warden at all, actually, based on its position. So it's got to be priest and witch. That's the only option.
Yeah, you're right. You can't hit the Warden, actually. Yeah, priest and witch. I've taken the wound off them already.
Yep, there we go.
Well, you know what? That wasn't terrible.
That's much less bad than the other options. Should we find out what his next...
He doesn't do his own attack. So yeah, see what his next thing is.
Yeah. Does that spend the token? I assume not. Because it didn't say so.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't say to remove it. Yeah.
And the Zealots only activate on the enemy turn. They don't activate during a retaliation.
Minions activate only during the encounter phase, unless the card specifically says activate minions. And if the card does say activate minions, they will not activate again in the encounter phase if they've already acted during a reaction.
Oh, that's good news. Oh, but he's also done Call to Arms, which he should have done before the attack.
Well, that doesn't make any difference in this instance, but yes, fine, no problem. So one spawns next to the Warden, and the other one spawns next to the other person down there. Because they come out the doors, right?
Yep, that makes perfect sense. Alright, and then his next card is... Cruciform Strike. Masterful strikes rain down on you. Move 5 to the Oathsworn with the most health remaining and target them. Do Blood Twist and Call to Arms, and then attack target twice.
Well, attack twice, missing a black die. And also, the Warden is the person with the most health. So that's okay, again, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It looks like we drew his worst attack early doors.
Okay, we're doing alright. So here's the thing, we don't... So is he going to Blood Twist? Yes, he is. Oh wait, no, is he? Yes, he is.
Yes, he seems to Blood Twist and Call to Arms almost every card.
Yeah, I imagine so. Because we kind of only want to attack him if we're gonna break a die. How much does he heal when he blood twists? 1.
Yeah, I'm just checking it. It looks like he just consumes 1 and heals 1.
Yeah, so it's not terrible actually.
I mean, it's really not that bad. Yeah.
Like it's bad, but it's not worth like just not attacking him with the rest of our actions if we had actions.
Yeah, well, precisely. I mean, there's potentially cards in his future that have multiple blood twists.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
But currently, just 1 blood twist. I think it's worth continuing to try and damage him.
So shall I sally forth and just unleash a massive attack with my Harbinger by teleporting behind him? I'm not scared of being next to him now because he's not going to target me. He's going to target the Warden, regardless.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's reasonable.
Unless I break the die, in which case he will attack me, because I'm the person who caused the reaction. But in that situation, he's half dead, so I'm happy.
Yeah, the other thing is that you should be mindful, I guess, of the zealots jumping all over you.
Yeah, but if I'm behind him, the zealots, I'll get swarmed by 2 zealots. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay with that.
They've got mob as well, huh?
Yeah, but that's fine. I can survive a 1/4 yellow attack.
Yep. All right, nice one.
So I'll use my preternatural swiftness once per encounter. During your turn, you may move any distance for free without moving through the intervening hexes. So I'm going to teleport directly behind him.
Aha, now what's going to happen when you try to move north? Oh, he can just move right through you, actually.
I'm going to spend 3 Animus play Backstab into slot 1. There's attack. If you're attacking the target from the rear, you gain Empower 3. And then I'm going to spend 2 Empower tokens on my board. So I've got Empower 9. And I'm going to take a black die, which I get for free, produce my Death Rattle. And I'm also going to take 3 white dice and empowering them all up to black dice.
Okay, so how many black dice is it?
4.
4, because you got 1 from Might as well.
Yes. I have 2 reroll tokens, and I also have a reroll for my Lucky Charm if needed, and a reroll from Fran's Fortuitous Flax. Or Fran's Fortuitous Flax. So that's 4 rerolls, potentially, if necessary.
If necessary, yep.
So I do wonder if maybe I should take a white die as well. I don't know.
Yeah, a white die might just help you get the extra damage, sort of bump up the averages from the blacks.
So just take 1, do you reckon? 5 dice? I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, 5 dice?
Yeah, I mean I can reroll them 4 times if necessary, right? So I'm not at massive risk of missing from 2 flanks.
Then why not take 6 dice, Chris?
Okay, you talked me into it. I'll take 6 dice.
Oh god. Okay.
4 blacks, 2 whites. This is probably the biggest attack I've ever done.
Yep, I think it's...
I think you did one massive... There was one massive one we had at the end.
Yeah, I think our record... I was about to say, I think our record was the attack I did in the last encounter, which was, I think, 28 damage.
So I think that was when we only needed to do, like, 2 damage.
Yep.
Right, here we go. This is all dice because neither of those decks are too fresh. I mean, it's not
all
bad.
Numbers. All numbers. Yep, there's those whites tipping up the average of all the blacks.
That's 19 by my count. Yeah, 19. Mm-hmm. So that crit hopefully will take us to a 4th one. Is it worth drawing a card? Probably not. I'm kind of worried about the blanks in that deck, you know?
Yeah, we've had 3 numbers out of the black deck, so it's quite... Then again, you do have rerolls, but...
True, but...
Obviously, you don't want to use them if you don't have to.
Yeah, it's better to use those to hit an attack that's missing or beef up an attack that's not even doing any damage, I feel, rather than just trying to greedily get some extra damage, you know?
Yep.
Oh, I never mentioned that. I will attack. What do you think? Jaws or tail? What do you reckon?
Probably the helmet. I feel like Repent indicated that he might have powerful spoken word attacks.
That's true. It did. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with the helmet then. I'm gonna roll this Chris and see what I get.
All right, now you're up to 24. Roll another crit quick, Chris. Just break one die.
This would be amazing. Here we go. I've had to fish out my last black die. Oh!
Oh my god, so I'm just putting out your dice here so I can actually visualize what you are, what you've rolled here. Get out the way, Zealot.
28, I believe it is.
Yeah, I know, I was about to say, I think you're 2 off of breaking a die outright. And so you've actually just matched our biggest attack ever.
I mean, I'm tempted to reroll the black 3 because I don't need the black 3.
Have I got the right number of dice out here? I've got you on 18...
6 black. 6 black, 2 white.
Right, what was the 6th black one?
4, 4, 4, 3 4s. You're missing a 4.
I'm missing a 4.
Oh, this is upsetting.
And this is 28, is it? This is 28,
This is 28,
right?
yeah. Yeah, 3 4s are 12, 2 5s are 10 is 22, plus 3 is 25, plus 3 is 28.
Yeah.
It seems a bad use of a reroll, doesn't it?
Does the Warden have... Can the Warden do another attack? He can, can't he? He's got a
The Warden
he's got a reroll.
cannot.
He cannot.
Does the Warden have a reroll?
I've got him with a reroll. 2 defense and a reroll I've got him.
I don't have him with a reroll. I don't. Just 2 defense I have. I don't know if that's because I didn't give him a reroll or if it's because he used it and you didn't get rid of it.
Did he use it? Did he use a reroll? This game?
I can't remember. What is it? I mean, I could just attack again. You see, with the Harbinger, couldn't I?
I think you must have forgotten to give it to him because he started with it. I mean, no. I mean, if unless you spent it.
I don't think
you
remember.
did.
I've taken it for now anyway.
Okie dokie. So
do I reroll or do I just attack again?
right, because you can just do an attack again, right?
Yeah, I mean it'll cost 3 animus.
There's only 1 5 on the black.
There's 2 5s, I believe. One of them's a
No,
crit,
there's
one
just
is
one.
not. Oh,
No,
is
they
there?
don't. No, there's 2 3s, 2 4s, and a 5.
I think realistically, I'd have to roll.
No, 1 4.
Reroll.
2 3s,
Do
1 4.
rerolls. I can reroll like the 1 white or no. I think it's too unlikely. I think it's very very likely I'll mess it up. I think it's more likely I'll just get it by doing another attack. You know.
But if you do break the location, you get an animus back from Death Rattle.
That's more argument, I would say, to
To just
do
hit him
another
with another attack. Yep, I agree,
Yeah.
actually. As tempting as it is to go for one more die, I think that, Oh, Chris, we should have rolled 7 dice. Damn it.
Yeah, we should have. But how often do you miss with none of your dice? Like, God,
Yeah,
I didn't roll a single blank in all 7 dice. That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Right.
We obviously learned from that gladiatorial fight in the story mode.
Clearly. So the Harbinger will be the recipient of this big attack. Is the only downside on the board.
Oh yeah, I see.
But
Well,
the
let me just
the
have
other
a
guy,
look.
but the warden's in a position to guard, however, with his reaction, which doesn't cost any enemies.
Oh yeah, that gives you +2 defense.
I will be able to get the Harbinger's defense to 7. Yeah, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm not really in a position to do an attack with my characters anyway. The priest has still got stuff, but he's too far away. Actually, the priest could get up there and hit the venerator.
Yeah, if you want to.
It would just, I'd have to use the mead to get another animus, and then I'd use 2 animus to run up there. And then I'd use my redraw token to just do a basic attack.
It's probably easier for me just to spend 3 for an attack, and I'll get 1 back as well, you know?
Yeah, priest is also like a bit, like, he's not great at attacking, so there's a good chance he'd just whiff it.
Let me try and hit him. You can have it.
I'll be the backup plan.
I'll spend 3 animus to do the attack. Yeah, the attack section of Talon Strike. So it's just a simple attack. 1 black die. I think I'll take 2 whites. Does that make sense to you?
2 whites and a black? Yeah, that makes sense to me. Because you're just shooting for a 5.
And I got a bunch of rerolls. So. Alright, here we go. 2 whites, looking for a 5. That's pretty terrible.
Oh my god.
So, Fran's Fortuitous Flax is gonna... I might as well use the items first, because obviously the other things, they're potentially reusable.
Yep.
So, Fran's Fortuitous Flax is gonna reroll that black.
Yep.
That's another blank.
Oh dear.
Lucky Charm. Gonna reroll the black. That's a 5 crit. There we go. Got it done.
Nice. Well, you can't go...
You want to draw a back card?
Yeah, exactly. Might as well, because you can't go up again anyway. And the card is 4. Yeah, so the black deck is pretty well and truly stuffed.
He's
that actually is 10 damage, so you've done 2, but he only had 1 left, so...
Overkill.
So you get 1 animus back, and then we resolve his attack.
I do. I have to put the Death Rattle into position 1 to get that, of course, which I will do now.
Right, yes, I forgot about that part.
And that does not pause battle flow.
Why can't we just have some nice passive abilities?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess the whatchamacallem sometimes do, the companions.
So now he's going to move 5 to the Oathsworn with the most remaining health and target them, which is actually the Warden, but this is overridden by the fact that you broke him, right? He only has eyes for you.
Yeah, I was just double checking that. So it says, important, whether or not the stage changes, draw and resolve the top card of the stage deck with the character who broke the location as the target. See page 19 for more. Choose a target. If the stage card drawn is a reaction to a location being broken, the damaged enemy will target the character who broke it unless they're out of range or not on either side. So yeah, it's targeting the arbiter.
Okay, so he's going to come for you, but before he does, he's going to first do a blood twist. Except he can't, so he's not going to do that. So he's going to call the arms. So what happens here?
Hang on. We made a critical error.
What's that?
We both forgot he advances to stage 3 now.
Oh god, so he's not even doing Cruciform Strike.
No, that's an error on our part. We did not retain that information that we did. We definitely had at one point. Yep. So hopefully this won't be devastating. I mean, it's actually fine. At the end of the day, this was going to happen at some point. And as I said, of all the times the Harbinger to be the target, now is a good time because the
Warden's there to guard,
in a position to guard him.
Yeah, precisely. Right. Well, I didn't even want to see his stage 1 and stage 2 cards anyway, so whatever.
Exactly, we don't care. Alright, what's
Just
it
go
called?
straight to skip to the end. Blood Rain.
This is going to be
Drawing on
terrible, I can tell.
Drawing on the power of the blood spilt in battle. I mean, it's just his blood.
Yep.
And the 3 guys I evaporated. And the 1 guy you cut in half. The Venerator begins to channel dark power. It begins to rain blood. Move 5 to his target, blood twist and call arms, and then attack the target. Move 5 towards the center hex. At the end of each round, all enemies not adjacent to an obstacle lose 1 health. This effect remains in play. Okay, so basically it's just raining blood on us now, and we have to like stand next to obstacles or die.
Yeah, this feels like not the this feels like the card. This is a remain in play effect. This feels like the card you don't want to see as the first stage 3 card.
Yeah, I agree. The good news is we're all relatively close to obstacles.
Yes, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, actually, very fortunately, the witch is 1 step away from an obstacle because she only has 1 animus left.
So
Right, well,
I've turned him around to face the Harbinger. Blood Twist doesn't do anything. Call to Arms does actually. The nearest unoccupied hex. So he actually, one of them is actually going to occupy the blood near the warden, I believe. And then the other one just makes a nice little line of 3. So
right,
killing them was pointless because they've respawned before they ever activated.
Sorry, is there 1 standing on the blood mist?
I think so, right? Because that's the nearest empty space. Well, there's 2, and that's the northmost of the 2.
Yeah, we're assuming that evaporated zealot doesn't count as occupying a space.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so there we go. So that's Blood Twist and Call to Arms. So now he's gonna hit his target with 3 black dice. Or in this case, 3 black cards.
And he is gonna... Yeah, he's missing a black card because we broke his helmet, and he can't see properly.
Yep. So here we go. 3 black cards.
Before you reveal anything, I need to choose my defense.
Yep.
I'm unsurprisingly going to play my biggest defense card, which is my 3. 1 soul. So that goes into 1 soul. So that causes battle flow, doesn't it? When you play it for defense? Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna say yes, even though I'm like 7 chapters in and still not really confident with the battle.
Yeah, I think you'll find I'm the one who polices the battle flow rules.
Yeah, it's true. That's basically why I'm not confident. I've just been so lazy. I've never even learned them. I'm just like, Krista, what happens?
Yeah, that's fair enough. The thing to remember is that items don't cause it, but you can immediately battle flow an item that you played simultaneously with a card in the same slot. That's the kind of 2 most important things to remember. So I'm at defense 5 now to begin with, and I'm also going to use the interrupt ability, which does not cost any animus, on called guard on the warden's archetype card. So it does not cost any animus. Interrupts before damage is drawn against a character within range 2, which I am. I may move 2 toward the character, and if I end adjacent to him, he'll get 2 defense. So I'm going to go around the Venerator and intervene with my shield, my big iron bark shield. So my defense is now 7.
Choose to move 2.
Yeah.
Right, which you actually have to do to trigger the ability.
I have to end adjacent to the Harbinger, so yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
The Harbinger now has defense 7, so this should be okay, hopefully.
All right, cool. So, defense 7, that's pretty strong. Here come the cards. Morganite says they're very excited to get their copy of the game from the new reprint.
Why is my connection not working? Yes, I believe it's actually delivering... Oh, sorry. I believe it's actually delivering now-ish, isn't it? I think I saw shipping notifications.
Ooh. I mean, I've got nothing coming from it. I think I asked you to get me the upgrade pack, but I don't know if we ever sorted it out, so we'll see.
I'll have to check to see if I ordered it. That's not doing any damage to me at all.
Nope, he rolled 3. It's a big whiff. So I guess the key takeaway here is his next attack could be really bad. So
Well, I guess I was like, oh, God, I didn't even need to defend, actually. This was a bit of a waste in a way. Oh, well.
you never know, though.
What? No, well, quite. So then he moves 5 towards the center. So I assume he just stops at the center, does he?
1, 2, 3. I assume so. Yep. He stands on his erstwhile colleague.
No, he just moves 2, doesn't he?
Have I miscalculated where the center space is? Oh, is it the skull? I don't know why I missed that. Yep. I had him. I was slightly off where the center was. Good.
Okay, so that's all he does, apart from the end round thing.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
now...
my warden is going to take a wound from the blood rain. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't think.
Hmm.
Oh, let's see what his next card is.
Right. So his next card, which you should definitely consider and plan for, is Condemnation. The Venerator passes judgment on you, and the verdict isn't good. He moves 5 to the Oathsworn with the lowest defense and targets them. Then he does Blood Twist and Call to Arms, and then he just attacks them, and then he moves 3 southwest. I mean, honestly, that's fine.
So what's the name of it?
Condemnation.
Oh, Condemnation.
It's the Condemnation where he moves 3 southwest at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great that he targets the weakest person, but it's still fine. I won't bother using... I could use the 2 Animus token to get 4 Animus back with the Harbinger, and then use the Prescient, the Premonition ability to look at the cards with that. Like you said, that card's fine. So I'm inclined not to.
Yep.
So I'll probably just wait for my next turn, then I'll probably just pass both my characters.
Have you got 2 Animus left on the Harbinger, or did you spend some?
I have 2. I have 2 left.
Yeah. So I've got 1 left on the Priest and 1 left on the Witch. I think the Witch might just stand next to the wall so she doesn't get rained on. And I think I was thinking of just running the Priest up so he's next to the house and the Venerator, so maybe he can hit it next turn.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I'm concerned about is the number of mobs that might be coming for the Witch.
They can't get to you really because the wall's in the way.
Yeah, so I'm
they only move 4.
Yeah, I'm not super across how. Yeah, so they only move 4, so we should be fine, right?
And if we can have a turn like last turn, we could possibly kill him in next turn.
I mean, we spent a lot of tokens, but yeah, that'd be great. So, there we go. Characters have moved, so the Witch is just next to the wall in her fire, and the Venerator is the Priest is directly south of the Venerator.
1 space directly south, yeah.
In the space directly south.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he had an
Priest
Animus, so he moved 4. Yeah, he's next to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. Are we passing? We all done?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's much more for us to do.
No, I agree. Okay. So he uses Condemnation.
Right. So we start with his attack, which is Condemnation. So he moves 5 to the Oathsworn with the lowest defense, which is actually a tie
the Harbinger
between.
again.
I was about to say it's a tie, but I guess the Harbinger's closer. Is that why he moves there?
No, he's northmost.
Oh yes, that's right. Of course, that's how we break ties in this. Just don't go north.
Yeah. Well, this is good because it means that the Fire Water will be eligible to be used by the Warden.
Nah, because he's going to move after this.
Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, unfortunate. So he moves 5 towards you, then he does Blood Twist. Again, he can't do Blood Twist. And then he's going to do Call to Arms. I don't think he can, because we're out of Zealots.
No, he can't reinforce if he's out of zealots. No, absolutely. Yeah.
So we've currently got the entire population of this small town on the board. Of course, somehow the minute some die, more will appear from somewhere. So yeah, so he's just hitting you for 3 black again, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can use the interrupt again. I don't think I can, because I think you're meant to cover them with an animus, and then you uncover them during the refresh phase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the frequency of those interrupts?
I think it's once per entire round, if that makes sense. Try to find the refresh phase.
So the blood rain, does that happen at the end of this encounter step as well?
Yeah, it says the end of the entire round, doesn't it?
Yeah, at the very end of the round it says, yeah.
Yeah, and the sequence of play is refresh, Oathsworn phase, encounter phase, end of round phase.
There we go.
So it's during the refresh phase, I'm assuming that... And yeah, so each archetype ability can be used once per round. Yeah, put a colored cube on it to show it's been used. Yep, so I can't do it again. That's a pity. But I will play the Feathers card. Unfortunately, I can't play one as good as the other one. But, so I'm trying to decide which card to use. I think I'm going to use Quill Throw actually, because it'll let me. It goes into position 2, so it'll let me get my 2 items back in position 1. Pretty good.
Yep. So that puts your defense up to 4.
Yeah, which is not great, but it'll do. Hopefully.
I bet this is going to be one of those moments where we're like, I really wish this attack was inverted with the last attack.
Yeah, I think that could happen for sure.
Do you have to decide to spend your... No, you spend the defense token later, don't you? So that's
the
good.
token I can choose afterward. Yeah, that's the benefit.
Okie dokie. Here we go. Defense 4. We've got a 4. So that's 1 damage, I guess. We've got a 3. And we've got a 5. That's 12, which is currently 3 damage.
Yes, the token would make it 2, so I guess I better do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm down to 3. Wow, he does hit hard. All right. Next, the minions now go.
Okie dokie. So, do we move them from the northeast?
Yes, they all move. So northmost, and north and west, etc. So the one northmost just stands there. Next one to move is actually going to be the one on the far right. Next to the tree.
Right, he's the northmost. Yep.
He moves 4 spaces towards me, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he reaches actually towards the warden. Then it's going to be the the person off in the northwest corner, because now there's a bunch of people equally north. Oh no, sorry. There's a bunch of people equally north now, so we prioritize west.
Yep. So it's this guy here.
She goes 1, 2, 3. She can reach the priest actually. Yeah.
Yep. He moves beelines 4 towards the priest then.
Then it is the person standing next to the venerator who will does she need line of sight? Who's she? I'm trying to think. Does she need line of sight or not? In the line of sight, do miniatures don't block line of sight though, do they? No, they don't. Miniatures don't block line of sight. Yeah, so she goes around. He goes around the venerator to be next to the warden. Then the person who is now 2 spaces to that person's right moves 1 space northwest to also hit the warden, or surround the warden, I should say.
And now they'll stop targeting the warden because no one can get adjacent to him.
Exactly, yeah. So now it's the person 2 spaces southwest of the venerator who's going to move 2 spaces southeast to get to the priest.
Yep.
Now it's the.
Oh, hold tight, Chris. We forgot to move the venerator.
Okay, where's the venerator meant to move to?
It is meant to have gone 3 spaces southwest, which would put him on the corner of the house.
Okay, that won't make any difference.
Can the enemies move through him?
Can't you move through friendlies? I can't remember.
I don't know.
No, you can't, actually, right.
I mean, I think the only change, therefore, he can move through friendlies. He can move through anyone because he's counts as a large mole, but he might have displaced them.
No, he had no one to displace. He only displaces if he lands on them, not if he moves through them.
Right. So actually, what this means, I think, is that the zealot directly north of the priest will actually have taken the venerator's previous spot. And the other zealot next to the priest, who came from northwest of the zealot's current position.
Yes, the one north of the priest would be next to the warden. I agree with that.
Yeah, and then the other one, I think, is just one.
The question is, could the other one move through the venerator? Is the question.
Yeah, I don't think so, right? Because you said they can't go through friendlies?
They follow normal enemy movement rules, so I need to find normal enemy movement rules. Here we go. Enemy movement. Normal size characters cannot enter a hex with an obstacle or another character and will move around them. Yep, cool. So she would have 1, 2, 3. She still would have tried to get to the priest and just failed.
Yeah, so it basically runs like a sort of a circle around the venerator.
Yeah, so they're basically there's 1 space between the priest and her.
Yeah.
So then the one on the west also the wall blocks line of sight to the witch, so he will try to get to the priest and fail. So that puts them 1 space south of the other person we just moved.
Understood.
The next person on the far right, the right-hand side house, then has no line of sight to anybody that they can reach. Which means so it'll target the closest Oathsworn that's in their line of sight. If 2 are equal, then you'll use the mob rule. If Yeah, so I guess he tries to reach the priest, I guess, and just not the priest, the warden. So I guess just moves 2 spaces northwest and fails to get any closer, I guess. The one on the far side of so the next person to move is actually the rightmost of the people, the 3 in the conga line.
Yeah.
Who can see nobody. They have no line of sight to anybody. What does he do then?
He suggests that all 3 go back inside to get out the blood rain.
Yeah. Well, they're taking shelter under the eaves, I guess. I don't know what to do if they have no line of sight.
Is there a scenario where they just don't move at all?
No, I don't see it. It actually doesn't say what they do if they've no line of sight. Let me just find enemy targeting, I guess, to see if that does anything.
Alright, well, Chris helps support us with the rules there. I'll just come over here and check out.
Choosing a target. If there are no valid targets, the enemy will move as far as it can towards the closest Oathsworn, whether in the line of sight or not, who is not excluded from being targeted for any reason. With ties being broken, that's 4 and 5. Okay, so the closest to him is
Priest.
The priest. So I guess he tries to go around
Actually,
north.
no, the priest is tied with the warden. They're both 6 away, so I guess he moves.
But he
to
can't.
The
But he picks the priest because he says the closest Oathsworn who is not excluded from being targeted for any reason.
Right.
So he can't target the warden because the warden has no spaces next to him.
So he just moves 4 spaces around the bottom of the building then.
He can't move around the bottom of the building. There's people in the way.
Oh God, yeah, you're right.
So he just moves north, I guess. He just tries to go around north and fail, and hits a blockade, I guess.
He joins the queue.
Then the next one next to him goes around his friend
At the bottom.
and almost reaches the priest. Then we actually jump back to the other one who's westmost over here, who's next to the witch but cannot see the witch, and therefore actually successfully moves next to the priest. And then this
the
final
last
person
one, next south of the priest, right? Ooh. I'm going to just go to thumbnail for a minute, and we'll be right back while I sort out audio with Chris. Alright, we'll be back. Audio all set up.
Random audio issues. Movement, they all attack.
Now, commence attack of all minions.
So the Warden gets hit by 5, and the Priest gets hit by 2. And the Harbinger actually gets hit by none, because they all prioritize ganging up on one person.
Right. That's their minion keyword, isn't it? Or the
yeah,
mob
exactly.
keyword,
It's a mob
sorry.
keyword, actually.
Mob keyword,
yeah. Alright.
Alrighty then, so, shall we do Warden first?
Yeah, he's northmost. That seems reasonable.
So,
he's got 7 defense, thankfully.
Yeah, because this is, what is this, 10 yellow cards?
This is 10 yellow cards. He'll be fine, hopefully.
Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'd just like to remind people at home that the average on a yellow is what, like 2?
2.5, I guess.
2.5?
What is it? Well, it's blank, blank, 1, 2, 3, 3.
So we'd quite like
So
less than 20 damage here.
The 3, it's what? It's 3, 3, 3. It's 9. A total of 9 divided by 6. So yeah, 2.5, right? No, 1.5 actually.
Mm.
So in theory, I should only take like a damage.
Alright, in theory.
No, 2 damage. I should take 2 damage in theory. 2 damage.
Yeah, I reckon this should average teetering on the cusp between 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2. No, 2 for sure. It doesn't come close to it. Doesn't. The average doesn't come anywhere near 3. It's barely 2.
Well, 3 would be 21, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna be 15.
Okay, let's find out. Here we go. We got 2, 1, 0, so 3 currently. 3, 2,
8,
1,
9,
0, 3,
12,
3,
15.
0.
I told you it's gonna be 15, didn't I?
Yeah, you had it right.
Should I use the defense? Right, it saves me damage.
Yeah, 1 defense and you take 1 damage.
Yep, let's do it.
Nice. There we go.
Huzzah! Yeah,
Get better
he's
help,
a very tanky boy.
Venerator.
Yeah. Alright, over to the priest getting hit by just 4. Just 4.
Yep, just 4 yellow cards. Here we go. So, here's the priest. Here's the priest's damage. Right, I don't need to use anything or anything. So we got a 3, a blank, and a 3, which is 1 damage. But I'll probably just spend a defense token to avoid it because he's on 4.
You need one more. You need one more card.
Oh god, yeah, I do. Another 3.
Oof. At 9.
Yeah, that's 9.
That's incredible. That's incredible. It's 1
It's
damage.
actually
No matter what happened.
It's 1 damage, yeah. So I take 1 damage. I go down to 3. That's it.
2 of us down. 3. Not ideal.
Yeah, so we're currently on 3, 5, 3, 5.
Alright, then at the end of the round, everyone not adjacent to a building takes a wound. So it's an obstacle. So the warden goes down to 4, and everyone else is okay. It's pretty tough.
Okay.
Very tough going. However, it is our turn again. We refresh our animus. You had 1 left over the witch, correct?
No, I had to spend it to move next to the wall.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Well, it's a good thing you did.
Probably. I mean, I'm now kind of in an annoying position, but... We'll see. Okie dokie, so that all refreshes. You pick Talon Strike back up.
Yep.
And that's sort of where we're at right now. And the other thing is we need to look at the top card of the Venerator's deck to see what's happening next.
Yeah.
So his next attack is Condemnation again. It's the same attack, but this time he's going southeast.
Okay, we can manage that, I guess.
Yeah. Alright. I'm looking at the board state and I'm thinking, oh, what do we do here?
Can the witch do something devastating?
You see the space directly south of my fire?
Yes.
Do you think I have line of sight from there to the Venerator?
You do, yes, because it's any corner to any corner.
Okay,
It's
so
any part of the hex to any part of the hex to any other part of the hex.
Right, but I
Any
definitely
part
don't.
of yours, any part of his.
I definitely don't have line of sight from my current hex to the Venerator.
No, you could draw. So you could go your far right corner. You could draw all the way up to his far right corner, but it touches the corner of the wall, and that's sufficient to stop it.
Yeah. So because we're in a line behind this piece of wall. Bummer. So what I could do is I could move south into that spot and then hit him with Flame Whip. I would have to use my Evergreen Staff to increase the range to 5. And then I basically hit him with an attack with Power 5 on it.
Ooh, it's pretty good. Power 5.
It's not bad.
If we
It's
could
a
just break
shame-
one, if we could just break one dice this turn, I reckon we can kill him next turn. You know.
Yeah, I just really like to survive another attack from all these zealots. Like, let's have a look. What else have I
Oh no,
got
so it's
here?
actually the closest. It's not any corner. It's the closest corner of the hex occupied by you to the closest corner of his. So actually, if you were there, you could choose. If you were there, which corner would you use then? The right or the left corner?
I think it'd have to be the left, wouldn't it?
Because it's technically closer, isn't it?
Hmm.
Which means you wouldn't be able to see, so you'll need to move 2 spaces.
Which I can do. It just means I'm going to take a damage from the Blood Rain. I mean, realistically, there's no way I do damage this turn without taking Blood Rain. Because my other option...
I think this was already a kind of a fight where we felt we needed to end this quickly, or else like it's going to get out of control the longer it goes on. So I think we just need to double down that, take the blood rain damage, and just keep going. I mean, the witch is the healthiest person. She's not at any major risk right now.
I mean, I'm about to use my highest defense card, but yeah, I don't have... Yeah. The other thing is, I've got the patched fleece garments, which let me force an enemy to redraw a card. So that's okay. I've got double... I've actually forgot I had double Animus. So the two sort of good options to me, I think, are either the Flaming Whip, which also lets me move the Venerator 2 spaces in any direction. And that's a sort of an attack against him. Or I could stand directly south of the Zealot here. And I could use Firewall to burn all 4 of those Zealots in a line. It wouldn't do damage to the Venerator, but it would kill them all.
He just spawns them back. I think we need to kill the Venerator, honestly.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I really think if we can break one die, if we can break a die, survive his reaction, survive his end of round activation, I think we can kill him then.
It's like the opposite of World of Warcraft. In World of Warcraft, it's like, don't let the ads mount up. Keep them under control. In this, it's like,
I think-
max ads! Ignore them!
I think it was, but in the first encounter with the rat, it was you had to take care of the rats definitely. But the rat it was hard. You couldn't kill the rat as quickly. The broodmother as quickly. This guy you can kill weirdly quickly. We half killed him in one round.
Yep.
I mean, I bear in mind I'm gonna be killing 3 of the ads. Because
So do you want to try to get your guys? Do you want to try and get your guys closer to the priest so that I can use the priest for a blessing?
Sure, I can use my arcing strike with the warden to smack the 3 guys in front of me. Yep. Obviously, the guy who's southmost is the space south of me is the center. Obviously.
Yep.
I have 2 yellow dice by default. I might just take 1 white because I only need to get 4, right? That should be enough, I feel.
Yep, so you got your 2 yellows and then 1 white.
Yeah, and I got a reroll on the white free and another reroll if I need it. Hope the camera's okay after I had to pick it up to mess around with the sound.
Find out.
So look and see.
Looks alright.
Seems alright. Alright.
I see 4.
4. That's what I need. Yeah, that's what I need. They're all dead. Gonna get more tokens for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, more blood tokens.
Maybe we'll get reward for having loads of blood tokens at the end on the board. At the end of the round, at the end of the encounter.
Put this token the wrong way around, so it's like one of these guys was like a lizard man or something.
Yeah. Right, that's that. Do you want us to move then? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so if you want to get your token, you need to get into range 3 of the priest. The other thing is, though, actually, if the warden doesn't move... oh, actually, it's not going to be possible. Because I can move... After I flame whip the venerator, I can move him 2 in a straight line. So I can move him closer to you, but not close enough for you to make use of the fire water.
Yeah. It would still be good if you move him towards, probably, because, no, that probably doesn't make any difference, actually.
Well, I can move him... I mean, I might as well move him northeast twice, right? So you guys can get closer to him without having to spend as many tokens.
Well, the warden can't... Well, no, the Harbinger needs to move down anyway to get to you. To be range 2 of you, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, like, if the Harbinger moves to get into range of the priest... it's range 3, so he only needs to move 1 step south, and then I can put the venerator next to him, and you can hit him if you want.
Well, the Harbinger is going to move 1 step south. There's no real reason not to. The warden can't do anything apart from a basic attack or a basic movement, so he might as well just move out of the blood rain, and that's kind of his whole turn, really. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying he could move? He's going to move northwest to be next to the house?
Northwest.
Oh, he's got 4 movements, so you can pretty much put him wherever you want, actually.
Yeah, I'll probably put him down close to the priest, to be honest. Down maybe 2 south.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he won't be able to do anything useful this turn. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Cool. And then, do you want to buff us then?
Well, I have to move the witch first, so I'll just do that real quick. So she spends 2 animus, and she moves southeast, and then northeast. And now everyone's at range 3 of the priest, so he can use blessing. And everyone can have a token. So I might just take an Empower token, because I've still got all my rerolls.
Yeah, I'm thinking of taking Empower as well, with the Harbinger. Once again, the Harbinger and the Witch just want to deal massive damage, don't we?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we want to focus on killing him, maybe the priest should take a Empower as well.
priest can. He already has defense. The warden will take defense, however.
The priest does only have 3 health, which is kind of a bummer. No, I'll take an empower. Let's just...
Yeah, the Harbinger also only has 3 health, which is the one thing I'm a little bit worried about here.
Hmm.
Can the priest actually heal me, maybe?
Yeah, I can definitely try. Three health is kind of the right scope for healing.
Yeah, because you have the defense with him, but I don't have defense with my guy anymore. And you've much higher defense in general. Yeah, so if you could try and heal the Harbinger, then that would be really useful. Give me a lot more confidence about going full DPS with him.
Alright, let's do it then. So I'll use my other Animus to heal the Harbinger. What token did the Warden take?
The Warden took a defense.
And the Harbinger?
Empower, because you're going to heal me.
Right. Fingers crossed this goes well.
Yeah.
Right, so how many dice am I doing here? I've got 1 reroll that I can use.
Yeah, max 1 reroll, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
So its difficulty is equal to my health, my current health plus 2, so it's 5 difficulty. So you want to get a 5, and preferably a 10, but we always aim for just 1, and seem to get 2 quite a bit, but 1 health would be quite different. 4 is a lot more than 3. So aim for 5, I'd say.
Yeah, so you think roll 4 dice?
Yeah, I think 4 is good.
Alright, here we go. 4 dice.
You have a reroll, like you said.
Come on, Mr. Priest, you can do it. You can heal that Harbinger. Oh, crushes it.
What'd you get?
Got a 2, a 2 crit, a 2, and a blank.
Might as well see if the crit leads anywhere, I guess. It probably won't, but...
Alright, so here's the crit first. Nope, another blank.
That's cool, but thank you very much. I'm 4 health. I'm feeling much better.
Good. Good.
So now basically the companions have both used everything.
Well, the priest still has lots of
true,
tokens
the priest
and
has a lot
access
of
to
bonus. Yeah.
And he's got access to an Animus as well. So let's sort of see how Flame Whip plays out. Because he could feasibly actually move up next to the Venerator and do a pretty decent attack. I mean, not great.
The Harbinger could also do that. So let's see what situation. Oh, well, actually, if you move the Venerator towards the Harbinger, we can both attack him then.
Yeah, that's my intention. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Cool.
Okie dokie. So this is going to be the Witch using Flame Whip against the Venerator. Now at this stage, I don't think it really matters which area I attack, but I'll attack his feet because it has an icon. The other doesn't.
Yeah. Makes sense. I assume you're going to precipitate first, right?
Yeah. So I need to create more fire, so I can use the fire next to me. And what I'll do is I'll spread it twice, and I'll spread it directly north, and then directly north of me and directly north of itself. But then I'll spend the 2 that are adjacent to me, so that there's just sort of 1 next to these zealots in case one of them decides to move and come get me.
Okay.
Actually, do you know what? Let's spread it around me in my front arc, so the remaining fire is actually between me and the guy on the right, because I think he'll stand on it and die.
Okay.
Of course, then my fire's gone, but hey, we avoided 2 yellow dice, so that's okay. Alright, so Flame Whip comes inherently... So I start with 3 yellows, and now I've got Empower 5, and I could go up to Empower 8. I also had to put the evergreen...
8 get you to 3, and then stop.
Yeah, so I got the Evergreen Staff coming into position 1 to add 2 to the range. And then... and Flame Whip goes into position 3 as well, I guess, after it's resolved, which will push Chain Lightning. Yeah, so we could spend 3 of the potential 8. No, sorry, 6 of the potential 8 in powers to go up to 3 black dice. So then we have had to spend the token anyway.
Well,
So we
what
could
do you
add...
mean 6? Don't you get 5? How you spend 6? Don't you get 5?
Well, I spend the... Yeah, I got 5, and then I spend the empower token for 3 more.
Oh, yes, you are spending 8. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I will, right? I mean, I feel like it's better to just go big. So that's 6 to get 3 blacks, and then I can either have a red and some whites, or 2 yellows and a white. I only have 2 rerolls. This also costs 4.
Maybe
animus.
take the more bigger the dice, the better. Then maybe take 2 yellows because you want fewer dice, but with more power behind each one, I guess.
All right, so here we go. This is 3 blacks and 2 yellows then.
On his tail.
On his tail. Yeah, we're gonna put those candles out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh.
Well, that's
You only have
4
2 rerolls,
blanks.
don't you?
It's 4 blanks and a 4, so it's a complete whiff.
Well, you get back. You only have 2 rerolls, correct?
Yep. So.
You can't hit. You can't hit no matter what. So
Yep,
you get back the empower, and you can take any one token of your choice.
I think we take another empower.
Yep, sure.
And then we will move him 2, right? I don't have to hit him to do the second part?
What does it say?
Then move the target 2 in a straight line in any direction.
I guess you can move him anyway. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I did technically hit him. I just didn't do any damage.
I'm not sure. No, I think no. Two blanks is a miss, not no damage.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you get to move him or not. Honestly. What does the card say exactly?
Attack empower times 5 range 3, then move the target 2 in a straight line in any direction.
It doesn't say if you hit, so
Yeah.
I guess you have. So yeah, I guess you can.
Cool. So then I move him 2 towards the Heartbringer.
Cool.
Boo! Boo,
Yeah,
that
it's pretty
sucked.
devastating.
Boo!
You
I mean,
can't
we've
do another
done
attack
some...
with her, can you?
I've got no more animus. I mean, I can get 2 animus back, but... I don't have the, I don't have enough, elements either. Quick question. The battle flow token...
Yes.
That flows an entire side or one card? It's an entire
One
side,
card.
right?
The token does a card.
Oh, the token does a card. Ooh.
I think. I can't remember anymore. Oh, it's all cards. Sorry, you're right. It's all cards. Yeah, it's the whole stack. You're right.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit and have a think about whether or not I can. I mean, I can do one more shit attack, basically. No, I'm out of range. I've got no range. No, I'd quite like to get my cards from battle flow position 1 back here, but I'd have to flow them around.
I can do 2 attacks. One good, one okay. Well, one good, just one normal.
Well, let's see how the rest of this round plays out, and then I'll decide what to do.
Okay, are you happy with me to start then?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna play Quickening, which costs 4 animus. It also battle flows everything in position 1 down to position 0. I get to move 2. So I'm going to move south and then southwest. So I'm directly south of him. One other friendly character in range 2 can battle for a card. Unfortunately, the witch is the only person eligible, and she's not near enough. So,
yeah.
Then I get to attack. This attack is just a whatever attack. This isn't going to be particularly exciting. I don't think I'm actually going to use any empowerment. I think I'm just going to go take my black dice and a few white dice for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And my next attack's going to be pretty big. Well, it's going to be reasonably big anyway. So I'm thinking of black and 3 whites, because I don't want to use rerolls in this either. I want to keep them with my bigger attack.
Yep.
So 1 black, 3 whites. Amazing.
So it's exactly 1 damage.
Rerolls, try and get damage. Oh, it is 1 damage already. Sorry, my math is bad.
Yeah, exactly 1 damage.
1 damage. We'll take it. We'll take it.
So his tail is down to 5.
Okay. I'm going to use a battle flow token to get everything in position 0 into my hand. That gets me back my death rattle, gets me back my fortuitous flax, fortuitous flax, and all the good stuff there. My lucky charm also gets me backstab back. So I spend this to move 1 space directly northwest, directly behind the Venerator. And then I spend my last 3 animus to use backstab.
Yeah, because he's a small base, I keep adjusting his facing for the cameras and then remembering that it is actually still important.
Yeah, it's important. So this is now attack with empower 3. I also have another empowerment 3. So that's 3 black dice straight away.
Yep.
And then I can take as many white as I want, and I do have up to 4 reroll. No, how many reroll tokens?
I see you have 2. I see 2.
Yeah, I thought I had 2 as well. I think I must have spent a reroll. Yes, I did. I can see I did it. I spent a reroll instead of my battle flow.
But you have the lucky charm back, so you've got a reroll there.
Yeah.
And actually, you've got the flax back. Yeah, so yeah, lots of rerolls.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just trying to explain to myself how I was missing one of my tokens. I spent a reroll instead of a battle flow by mistake. So how many? I think I'm gonna take 2 whites at least. I got so many rerolls.
Yep.
Is that enough, or do you guys take a 6? I'm gonna go 6.
6 dice?
Yeah. Yeah. 3,
I mean,
3.
I think we're due some luck after that big whiff.
Yeah. And I didn't even get a particularly good roll a second ago. Sorry. Get my image correct. There we go. Alright, here we go. Not great. It's a miss, in fact. So I'm going to start re-rolling. So we'll use the lucky charm first and foremost. Re-roll the black. See what happens.
Yep.
So that's actually I don't know if you saw, that's actually a 4. The 5 was actually a 3 that was knocked over.
Bummer.
Pity. I still have 2 misses, so I need to re-roll another one. What are we even at? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're only at 12. Right, so I'm going to re-roll with fortuitous flax, one of the white, see if we can make this a hit. Nope, not yet. So I gotta start using re-roll tokens. My last re-roll token. Okay, finally hit. With all my re-rolls.
Did you not use the lucky charm for a reroll then?
Yeah, why?
So you should have 1 reroll left?
I re-rolled 4 times, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you've rerolled. Did you? I thought you rerolled a black and then the white twice.
Oh, maybe. Then I got 1 left. So what am I at? 7, 10, I'm at 13, right?
Yeah, you're on 13, but you've got a crit you haven't resolved.
Yeah, so I'll resolve that crit.
Come on, 2. God.
I'll use my last reroll just to see if I can get
On a white? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
1.
'cause oh, that's frustrating.
Came up 14. There's literally 2 damage. That's so annoying. Oh, we were doing so well, and now we've just hit a brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So he's down to 3. I have nothing more to do. So it's the proceed.
Yeah, so I guess it's the priest. So.
Oh, well, the only other thing I could do, I guess, is use 2 animus tokens. But I don't think I can do anything particularly exciting.
Yeah, because you've got the animus, right?
I could do an
token.
emergency attack if I have an emergency attack I could do, but it's not. I think that the priest should take over for now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very unlikely the priest is actually going to get to break a 3.
Nah, you will. You'll do it.
Let's find out. Let's go for it. Alright, so I can only, so basically, I'm 3 away from him, so I feel like I might as well flip the mead for that. Because that gives me the 4 movement.
Sure. Gets
so
you animus, right?
Yeah, it gets me an animus back, so then I spend that for 4 movement, and I just move into the space between, directly south of him, I guess.
Bear in mind, you want to stay next to an obstacle if you can.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll beeline directly north then, so I'm facing him.
Yeah. Great stuff. You got
okay.
two attacks you can do, right?
Yeah, because I've got a double animus, and I've got I've got 2 basic tokens here. So I'll spend the animus token then, and I'll do. I get my might is 1 red, so I get 1 red. I feel like I should just use my. I mean, I've got 1 empower token, so really it's just going to be what it is. I've got 2 reroll tokens and a reroll on white, thanks to the spine. That's pretty much everything I've got. So. God, I could add a black.
So a red, a black, and then a couple of whites, or a few whites maybe?
Yeah, red, a black, and 3 whites?
That's what I thought was picked out for you, yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Get a crit on that black, that's what you need, man. Come on.
Here we go. Come on, priest. This is your big moment. You never do an attack. This is your time to shine, bud. Come on. Oh, yes! Yeah, looks good. Alright, so that's currently on 10, which is 2 damage. But we've got 2 crits. More. So let's roll the crits and see if we can't get 5 more.
Come on.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I think I'll spend a reroll on the black one and see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. You've got enough rerolls. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I can also do another attack, but...
No, hopefully you can do with it.
Alright, so
3.
that's a 3. So, I still need
2
2 more. Alright,
you can use the spine.
Yeah, we'll spend the spine to reroll one of the blank whites and see what happens. Oh, this feels a bit like chasing bad now. Nope, there we go.
Yes!
That's it. 15.
Yes!
Nice one, priest. Pulling it back for us. So that's 15, so he breaks the 3 die.
Yeah.
Which breaks the tail and triggers condemnation. So
your turn is interrupted.
Yeah. And he's going to attack the priest, which is not great because the priest has the lowest hit points.
Yeah, but he does have 6 defense and 2 defense tokens. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's also near the warden, so maybe the warden can intervene if necessary.
The warden can use guard. The only downside is he will take
He'd
blood.
step away from the house and take a damage, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay, well,
Yes.
So we've got. Well, let's have a look here, because you can use that after we draw damage, right?
No, it's before.
Oh, does it have to be? Before
Yeah.
damage is drawn, yeah, it specifically says that.
Let's count out the discard pile, the black discard pile, and see how we think it's going to go.
Okay, we'll have a quick look at that in a minute. First steps first, he uses Blood Twist but can't. He uses Call of Arms. So that's obviously a guy here, but where's the other guy? I guess he's in the
it'll go
north
next
of the priest?
To Warden, actually. South of the priest, isn't it?
Oh, is it like
because north of the priest.
Yeah, because that's the closest?
The space it should be. Yeah. So it's south of the priest.
Alright, cool. So that's that. Alright, so then he hits the priest. So let's have a quick look at our distribution of damage in the enemy's cards here. We've got 2 3s, a 4, the crit 5, and 2 blanks out of the enemy black deck. So that's exactly 1 die.
That's left, or that's coming out?
No, that's exactly 1 die that's come out of the black deck.
I'd be inclined not to take a guaranteed damage to the warden in that case.
Alright.
Would you not agree with that?
I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm a little concerned that if we end the turn now, if this attack is bad, then the priest is also northmost for the purpose of all the zealots. So
yeah, but bear in mind that the Venerator's going to move and free up that space for me to occupy and use my shield there instead.
Right, to protect. Well, you can't get into that space now, though.
Like how many moves?
No, it's 3 steps, isn't it?
I mean, I still think it's a terrible idea to take a definite damage and then take a guaranteed damage on the warden, because you have 8 defense effectively with your tokens.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay, let's crack on then. So it's gonna be how many cards?
Just 3. That's why.
3,
that's
yeah,
the thing.
3.
Only 3 cards, like.
So that's fine. That's 7. So I'll probably just take 1 damage and go down.
So you could use both of your tokens.
Yeah, but
use both your tokens.
But I've got the zealots coming at me.
Okay.
If I use both of those tokens now, I'm gonna have potentially like 8 or 10 yellow tokens against defense 6.
Sure, it's up to you.
Well, I suppose the 10 yellows was what, 15? Roughly.
Yeah. It was exactly 15. That's exactly what it should be on average as well.
Yeah, so if they did that again, it would be 2 damage. So either way, I think the priest comes out of this with 1 hit point. If he's lucky. I mean, if he's not unlucky. If he's not unlucky. But I think if I keep the defense tokens, I think this was pretty average. If I keep the defense tokens, it means at least if I'm unlucky on the yellows.
The warden doesn't have what tokens does the warden have on your thing?
2 defense and a reroll.
Yeah, okay, just check.
Okie dokie.
You're not gonna get 10 people targeting though. 3.
No, I'm gonna get 4 or 4 or 5.
How?
Well, there's all of the guys over here, and then the venerator's about to move.
2 of them are close to the warden.
Right, but because of Mob and Northmost, won't they target me?
Mob breaks ties if they're equitous, if there's two equally eligible targets. The guy two spaces northeast of the warden will still go for the warden. Closer. Proximity is the absolute be all. Right? Hello?
Yeah, but the way I see it is the northmost zealot moves to the space directly north of the priest.
You're gonna be by 3 of them.
Okay. Well, you're more across this than I am, so.
Well, who is it?
Well, the Venerator's moving 3 southeast now, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So where does he end up?
Tell me which ones you think are attacking the priest. He is in
well,
the
no,
house
let's just
next
wait.
to the
You know, it's not really interesting to sit and try and figure that out.
But you seem to be on the impression you're getting 4 or 5 attacking you, and I'm telling you it's going to be 3, and I want to know who you think are the 4th and 5th.
Well, I think these. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that I think it's the ones up in the north area, but if it's just 3,
Yeah,
then I
those
guess that's
2
fine.
are going to target you. Yes, but only those 2 are going to target you, but only those 2, and then the that's it. Just those 2. The other one's
Okay.
going to move to me.
Okay.
And then the one who's already next to you is going to target you because of mob. Actually, you're going to get hit by 2 actually, because the one who's currently next to both of us is going to end up targeting me because I'm going to have more surrounding me because the house is going to be broken.
Oh, he's going to destroy the house.
Yeah, the priest has 2 on him, for sure.
Okie dokie. Good. So 3 movements southeast then from the Venerator.
Did you use the things in the end then? Defense.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, so you're down to 2 health. Right?
Yep.
Yes, the priest just basically breaks the house. Bah!
The Venerator.
First bit of movement for ages.
That's wild, actually, that he just broke his own house, so now he can only summon less guys.
I don't know if it's his house, but oh yeah, of course he had some guys. That's true.
Well, now the Warden's not even in cover anyway.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that, but it doesn't matter in terms of I'm still right about the 2 people.
Yep. Okay.
He can potentially use it then anyway to defend you next time. We'll have to see. Actually, he will be able to. Yeah.
Well.
That's interesting. Actually, he's going to. That could be very beneficial. Actually.
So his next card is Disdaining Blow. You can feel the contempt of the knight, which he expresses in a backhand blow. He moves 5 to his target, Blood Twist and Call to Arms, and then he attacks knockback 2 target. This attack targets all adjacent enemies. Draw once and apply to all targets, and then he moves 3 north.
So
That's
are we
not too
basically just ending our turn here to let him do that, then unleashing once more? No one has anything really to do they?
No, I suppose not. Just having a look here. I'm just trying to decide if I want to battle flow these. I think I need to battle flow the witch's cards because I need precipitation back. I mean, I don't need it back, but I want it back.
Alright, can you hear me now?
Yep.
You can?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry, I thought I hit them.
No, you're good. So I'll spend battle flow with the witch to battle flow the 2 cards in position 1 into position 0 so she can pick them back up. And that's it. That's the end of our turn. And now we can't hear you. We'll be right back. He's back. All right, good. So
it was to do with I couldn't tell if the mute button was depressed or not. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, we worked that out.
Right, so he's the same blow now.
Oh yeah, what I could do actually. Do you know what I will do? Just because I think it's probably a good idea, is spend the Witch's Animus to move one step back towards the wall.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And then I'll have one left for next turn.
Yep, makes sense.
Alright, cool. Done.
Okay, so he targets, moves 5 towards me, and Blood Twist doesn't do anything. Call to Arms summons. Oh, so you are going to get hit, but you are going to get hit by 3, not as it happens. Maybe not because the Harbinger. Anyway, it'll be 2 or 3.
The move 5 to his target is none at all, right? He just stands there.
Yeah, he just turns around and faces the warden. Yep, turn around and face the warden.
Yep.
And now he attacks me with knockback.
Okie dokie. Fortunately, he's not targeting any of our other characters as well with this. So that's 3 cards. We've got 4, a 3, and a 3. So 10 damage.
So that's 1 damage.
Yep. I don't think there's much we can do about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I take 1 or 2 damage. So, knocked back into the fella behind.
Mm-hmm.
And we both take a damage that kills the zealot.
Uh-oh.
What I'm not sure about is which space do I occupy then? If a character would be knocked back into a hex-contained obstacle, the character loses the health from the If the character would be knocked back into a hex contained another character, use the same rules to be knocked back into an obstacle, except both of them lose 1 health point. And remains on the hex. Yeah, so I stay where I am, okay. So I'm down to 2 health, though, is the problem now. So it's a very good thing I well, actually, it doesn't matter, as you said. The house is broken in the end. But I can still use it to move now, hopefully.
Yep, to get next to the house.
This is bad. The warden could actually die. This is bad.
Yep.
Right. So then we do the mobs. So.
Well, now he has to move 3 to the north, right?
First guy moves south.
Hang on. The Venerator has to go 3 to the north, so he pushes that guy out the way, does he?
Yeah, pushes him north.
He's so far away now. So inconvenient. Alright. And now the guy he just pushed activates.
Yes, he's actually result, that's true. So he just goes around and he ends up directly north of the priest.
Yep. And then the other guy just walks 1 south, right?
Then the 1 space south to get the priest as well.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. Sorry, I was just sorting out my tea. Right. So then the one who's between the priest thing, the one who's south and then southeast of the Venerator moves 1 space to get next to the. Then the one over to his right moves 2 spaces southwest to get next to the Warden. Then the one next to the Harbinger doesn't have to move. the one space south is equidistant between the priest, sorry, between the witch and the harbinger, and so we'll go for the harbinger. So they move northwest then north. Then the next one is actually one space closer to the witch, so he'll move space southwest to be directly in front of you. Then the one who's north of the fire will go to the witch by moving one space southwest. The next one is equidistant between the warden, and so it actually moves to the warden and therefore not the fire, which is annoying. Oh, actually, they don't move next. The
other one moves
next
first,
person
yeah.
is the. Yeah, you're right. So they actually move and occupy that space south of the warden. Yeah. But that still means the other guy can still get there. So the warden has 4 surrounding.
Uh-oh. But the warden can... But they'll attack the priest first, and then the warden can move.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant.
Which is good.
It's a good thing I kept that ability now.
Yep.
It's actually really breaking their system. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
So the priest gets hit by 3 of them, because the one in between the harbinger and the priest, they're both being hit by the same number of mob minions, so it's just north, then north breaks it. So the priest gets 3. I'm afraid.
Yep. So that's
but it's actually a good
6.
thing, because I'm going to defend you. So before you reveal damage, I'm going to use the reaction guard to move 1 space north.
Do you mean northwest?
No, just north. Well,
right,
it doesn't matter, does it?
I think we've got our spacing a little confused here, because I've got you now next to the house. And northwest of the priest.
The warden's not there. You never moved the warden. You never moved the warden to the right space then.
When he was knocked back, it must have been.
He wasn't knocked back. He didn't move. He stayed in the same space.
Right, that's why. Okay, so this guy just needs to be there, and this guy just needs to be there then. But then he still moved. Oh, and so where's this guy though?
If you knocked him back, he would have already been. I don't think you moved him correctly when I moved him with just his animals, just his normal move.
Well, where do you have him?
Before or after his guard?
Where do you have him now? I'm just interested in replicating your board state.
So if you look at the N for north, come down 3 spaces, that's where the priest is, yeah?
Yep.
He's directly southeast of the priest.
Okay, so I have a zealot there. So where's the zealot? Where are the zealots? If the venerator next to the wall.
So hang on. So move the warden south 1 space. That's where he is before he. Yeah.
The warden's south 1 space. Okay.
No. Oh, I see the problem. No, move him back north 1 space. Then move back north 1 space. The space directly north of him should not be occupied by anything.
Yep. So where'd you have? Yeah. So where'd you have the zealots then?
Just get rid of that first of all, so I can. Okay, so put him north east of the northeast of the warden. No, northeast of the warden. I don't know what you're doing. That's not next to the warden for a start. Basically, every space around the warden is completely surrounded, with the exception of the space directly north and the space directly northwest. There is also a zealot directly in between the harbinger and the priest, because he literally spawned there. So you never put him there, obviously. Or you moved him, despite the fact he shouldn't have moved, maybe? I'm not sure what you did.
No, the last time... So when he... Oh, the... That's what I've done wrong. It was the the call to arms.
You never
on
spawned him.
Disdaining blow. I never spawned him.
So then the person southeast of the person you just spawned, move him south. Yeah, that's correct now.
Right, and that's why you didn't move with the knockback, because there was a guy there. Yep. Okay.
There was a guy there.
Yep, that I didn't have there.
Then.
Yep. All right, cool. So you move directly north then.
So I move one space north. Yeah.
All right, and we're back onto the attack on the priest. So I've only got 4 cards there, so I'm going to shuffle and reset and draw 2 more.
Your defense 8.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah, it should be okay.
And if you really want to be.
Yeah, I've got 2 tokens as well, so it should be fine. We've got a 3, another 3, a blank, a 1, a 2, and a blank. So that's just 9 to 8. So rather than take 1 damage, I'll just spend the 2 defense tokens and take 0.
Yep, I think that makes sense when you're as low as you are.
Yep. Alright, there we go. So that's that one. So now do we do the 1 guy against the warden?
Yeah, so that's kind of funny, isn't it? He was unlikely to do any damage.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna take 1
hopefully...
from the rain.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully he doesn't do just 1 damage. So here we go. 2 yellows. It's 5. Yeah, he can't. Yeah.
And I have 2 defense tokens. I'm fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah. Do you want to use your iron shield?
Yeah, might as well, I guess.
Yep. Okie dokie.
Then 3 on the Harbinger? Sorry, no, 2 on the Harbinger.
Yep, 2 on the Harbinger. It's a 3 and another 3.
I should have chosen to defend. I forgot the Harbinger was I would have defended for sure.
Yep, well you've only got 2 2s, so you would have defended with a 2.
I'll put Deadeye Shot in to do a bunch of battle blow. So my defense is 4. What was the damage?
6.
So that's going to be a damage.
Yeah, because you don't have any defense cards left either, so...
No.
That is what it is.
2 on the Witch.
Yep, so that's 4 damage. Or 4 cards, rather. So I will... I don't have any defense tokens, but I can force them to redraw a card if I so desire. What I'll do, I think, is I've got such bad cards left.
You've what, sorry? What did you say?
I've got such bad cards left.
With who?
The witch.
Oh, for defense?
No, they're okay for defense. I'm just trying to think about how to do damage next turn.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna go all out, aren't we? We're just gonna go all out and just try and
Well,
destroy
yeah, but I
them.
mean, I need any attacks to do that. I don't have any attacks. Not any ranged attacks, and I'm so far away.
Yeah, the distance is a problem. I do admit.
So I might as well use... I think I might as well use Kinetic Reflection. Because it'll battle Flow Chain Lightning, which is really important. It says gain 2
with
defense.
chain lightning could solve your range problem, couldn't it?
It could do if I can get it back, but it's just battle flowing to position 1, so I still need a plan. But this is gain 2 defense against the attack, and then if you lose any health, you can knock back a character like 3 spaces or more. So we'll put that in here, battle flow this one, and then see what happens. Ooh. Alright, so that's defense 4 against 4 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 6 damage. So I'll take 1 and go down to 4 because I don't have. Well, I could force them to redraw the 3, but
that's pretty good.
I think that's fine.
You're the healthiest of all of us.
It's true.
The priest and the warden are at risk of taking it wrong, unfortunately. We'll see.
So I took a damage there, so I can knock back one of these 2 guys 3 spaces.
Is that from? What's that from? Your
from my defense
garment,
card, Kinetic Reflection.
Oh, I see.
So do I knock back the guy north of me? Will that kill the other guy?
Is it?
Hmm?
You're knocking back 2, is it?
It's knockback 3.
Yeah, it'll kill both of them.
But it won't kill the Harbinger?
Nope. Doesn't
That's
pass
good.
through.
Good, so I'll knock back these 2 then, and they'll die.
A blood token. You got a trail of blood tokens there between me and between the witch and the harbinger. I didn't realize one of your defense cards, one of your cards when played in defense did knockback. That's cool.
Yeah, I can also knock back myself. It's like I basically take the energy from the blow and then use it either to jump away from my enemy or blast an enemy away. But in this case, it wasn't especially useful to jump back into the edge of the map.
So, where we are now into the next round, yeah?
Well, we need to do a damage to the warden, sadly.
Oh, yes.
He's down to 1.
Oh, he's down to 1.
Yeah.
Wait, he's down to 1?
Yeah. He's down to 1.
We definitely hadn't already done that, had we? I thought...
No, we definitely haven't.
Oh, yeah, he lost 1 to the knockback. That was the problem. Yeah, he lost 1 knockback.
And we can also now take a look at the final Phase 3 card of the Venerator.
Yep.
Which is Hammer Throw. It's hammer time! Move 2 northwest, Blood Twist and Call to Arms, and then range 5, knockback 2. And then the hammer returns to his waiting palm. So he's doing Thor's hammer.
Hopefully he will never get a chance to do this.
Fingers crossed. I think.
Oh,
I don't think we're going to last much longer. So I think yeah.
Plate of the Fallen. I do have Plate of the Fallen with the Warden, so I do have self-res.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if we are using this, we're not having a good time, but at least we've got it.
Well, we basically go all out now and we just desperately try and break that die, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I can get to the... Oh, we get to... So let's do our refresh then. So it's Animus and cards.
Well, I promise I... Sure.
What's that?
I still can't use the damn fire water.
Yeah, you do 1 step too far.
Which means, I mean, I can't really do all that much of an attack at all with the warden, and I can just basic attack, and I'll have a couple of rerolls. That's it, really. Same really with the Harbinger, to be honest.
Yeah, well, the problem is we're all very, very fatigued.
Your chain lightning is probably going to be a crucial thing.
I need to get the chain lightning back.
What I can do is move to 1 space. So it's very unfortunate. 1 space, the whole animus and the companion. But if I move south to the south, so south, with Warden, so I'm south of the Venerator, I can hit the Venerator and kill the Zealot between the Priest and the Venerator.
I was going to suggest the exact same thing, actually.
Right? That'd be useful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I was going to suggest the exact same thing, so I think that would be useful. But before we do that, I just want to sort of try to work out how I'm going to get Chain Lightning onto him, and if I can do that. Also, ideally, it would be great to hit him twice with the Chain Lightning, because it can bounce back.
Also, is it worth the Priest empowering us? Or
Yeah, again, ideally...
Or would you be better off doing an attack?
Yeah, given the Venerator's lowish defense, it might be better to just do an attack. But let me do some math here, because basically, I say math, some calculations, because basically if I want Chain Lightning back, it's in position 1, so I need to play Elemental Suffusion and Lash Out, right? That's a total of 3 Animus, which leaves me on 4. Which is really just 1 movement plus Chain Lightning, which costs 3. So I'm not going to get the Blessing from the Priest anyway. So the chain is... So it's range 3, chain 2. But then actually I can increase the range to 5. So if I move 1 space, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's 4 moves. Or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go zap, zap. How many steps is it? 4 targets. The same target can be hit multiple times, but not twice in succession. So that means you have to move off it and move back to it. So yeah. Yeah, so I could basically hit the Zealot directly south of the Venerator. So it would go Zealot, Venerator, and then hit another Zealot and back to the Venerator.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter
what
which
would that mean? Would that mean? How does that work then? Does he take double damage?
Yeah, he would suffer the attack twice.
Ooh. That could be great. Why didn't you use that last? Oh, because you far away last.
I was too far away. I chained it across all 4 of them to get to him.
Yeah. Yep. That's so ridiculously powerful. Well, I say you do that.
Okay, well, shall I open with that, and then we'll see where we're at?
Yes, please.
Okay, so then what I need to do...
Oh, the rest of us, just cobble together enough damage to finish him. Finish him. Okay, so I need to spend a Animus to move north. And then I'm definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the enemies block line of sight? No, enemies never do, only obstacles.
Okay, great. Good. Just walk into the blood of this guy I killed, because, you know, I'm a hero.
Be yourself.
And then I use 2 more Animus to play Elemental Suffusion, which boosts Chain Lightning into position 0. And also lets me create a fire and a water. So I'll put the fire... doesn't matter at all, so I'll just put it to the south of me. And then I'll put the water... Again, this doesn't matter at all, because I'm about to spend it all. So it's the northeast of me.
Yep.
And then I use Precipitate to expand the pool of water 2 more tiles. Again, just onto the blood drops. So it's just a pool next to me.
Wash away the blood.
Exactly, clean these streets. Then I spend 1 Animus to use Lash Out to battle flow 1 card. So I'm just going to Battle Flow Elemental Suffusion into position 0. And then I think I get both the cards in position 0 back, right? Including the one I just Battle Flowed?
Why would you get them back?
Well, because Lash Out goes into position 0.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, in that case, yes.
Cool. So that Lash Out goes into 0, and the 2 cards in position 0 Battle Flowed back to my hand.
I thought you were trying to trigger a cascade.
No. No, well, sort of, because Lash Out was played to Battle Flow a card. Yeah, okay, cool. And then it Battle Flow a card into position 0, and then it went into 0, putting that card plus the card already there back in my hand. Yeah, this is important for those of you who are getting your new copies of the game to understand. It's really important, and yeah, it's sort of easy to.
Crucial part.
Crucial part. It's tricky. It's a bit tricky as well. All right, so then I have 3 Animus left, so we use that to cast.
It's funny. You'll rarely ever play the same card more than twice in an encounter. I find like 3 times sometimes. But for one card, but typically twice is the most you play a card. But you gotta get those really good cards back in your hand.
It's really all about that cooldown. Like, cooldown 3 feels like miles away. Like, you're lucky to get it back in the final round.
But if you play your cards in the right battle flow effectively, then you can get it back sooner.
Yeah, definitely. You just have to be good at that. That sort of thing. So here's 3 Animus to cast Chain Lightning, plus the 3 water from here. And then we actually also need to spend the Evergreen Staff, so that goes into position 1 to add 2 to the range. So now it becomes range 5. So we target the Zealot that's 2 spaces south of the Zealot. South of the Venerator. So he gets hit by Chain Lightning, it bounces up to the Venerator. Then it can hit either the guy north of the Warden or the guy next to him. Doesn't really matter which. If you're doing an Arcing Strike, I might as well hit the guy north of the Priest, but...
Yeah.
So, bounces from the Venerator to the guy north of the Priest, and then back to the Venerator again. So, currently, we're on 3 yellows. We've got 2 Empower tokens. So...
Nice.
I suggest... Oh,
because you got one back from your whiff, wasn't it? That was it.
Yeah, exactly. So I suggest just spending them both to go up to 3 blacks, and then maybe we add a couple of whites, and hope to get 15, because that would kill him.
3 blacks. Get 15. 15 won't kill him.
Yeah, because he's being hit twice.
Oh! Blacks. And then a bunch of whites. How many rerolls do you have?
2.
So what? 2 whites?
Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, the thing about blacks is that it's nice to think about them as 5s, but they're not 5s. They're actually probably 3s and 4s. So it's either 2 or 3 whites. Well, they've got 2 3s, a 4, and a 5 on them.
15 divided by 6, so they're 2.5 actually. That's actually what they are.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually a lot. When you think about it mathematically, it's actually quite upsetting.
So, what do you think? 6 dice?
5 or 6, yeah. I'm just worried about you missing if you roll too many.
Yep. Yeah, this is our big attack, so we need this to go well.
Even
We've
if you
got
just
some
get
more hits
12,
on him.
Sorry, not 12. Even if you just get 10. Yeah, we can hit him a few more times to get the last couple of damage. Just get 10. If you just get 10, but hit, I'll be happy because that's 20, which is 4 damage.
Okay, so 5 dice?
I think 5. Yeah. I'm scared
here
of
we go.
missing.
5 dice. We've got
Not
2
having enough
rerolls.
rerolls to fix it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little nerve-wracking. So here we go. Big Chain Lightning from the Witch across the field into the Venerator and his stupid metal armor.
Save the day! Yeah,
Okay, so we've
Yeah,
got a 3 and 2
Ooh!
crits, but we've got 2
What do I-
blanks as well.
Oh, you
So-
see, it's a good thing we didn't roll 3.
Let's spend a reroll to reroll that black, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a 4. So we're
All right.
on 14.
So
and we've got 2
crit,
crits.
and crit and he's dead, right?
Any number on either
Yeah.
of these dice, and he's dead.
And you've got a reroll as well. One more reroll.
I do. But it doesn't matter. I've actually
Hey!
crit again. So... Hey!
Do
Chain
it,
lightning,
do it,
where
crit
was
again.
this my whole life?
Did you not have this? You weren't bringing this with you?
Nope. Well, there we go. That's the end of our fun. I've still got a reroll,
So
actually, but it doesn't really matter.
You got a reroll. Used it. Use the reroll.
Okay. No!
No.
They said enough fun.
5, 10, 15, 19.
So he's hit by 2 19 strength attacks.
Are you sure that it just doubles?
It says here, you may select up to 4 targets with this attack. The same target can be hit multiple times, but not twice in succession.
That's ridiculous. You cook him alive in his armor, basically.
Well, he deserves it. Look at what he did. He made us evaporate all of these Clives.
Alright, let's read the... That's just crazy. That attack is insane. Right, here we go. Start reading Epilogue 1 on this page. Alright, you ready? Mike, you ready?
Yep, I am ready.
Cat, you ready? The
I'm super ready.
lifeless narrator lays in a pool of his own blood, which thankfully remains motionless in uneven puddles on the ground. Relieved the magical forces that allowed him to manipulate the blood have departed, you look to the cages and see villagers weeping and consoling one another. You cannot shake the sense that something is still not right. All the villagers outside of the cages remain in thrall and sway catatonically on their feet. Whatever spell they are under has not been lifted. So, do we have Finian as an ally?
Let's find out. I think we do. Didn't we? Isn't he our friend that came to help us? Yes, we do.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
He's the medic.
so
He's the medicant that joined us.
if you have keyword low church on your free company sheet, do we have low church?
No.
Okay.
We'd have low church. No.
If you do not, then we go to the cup. You find Finian in an area well away from the carnage, consoling a mother and her 2 daughters, no doubt the family of Father Pyron. Thankfully, they must have been in the cages and spared the fate of so many of the others. Despite the terrible news, they appear unharmed. Seeing you, Finian offers you a slight smile that does not reach his eyes. The medicants will be ready to depart as promised, I assure you. Thank you, Oathsworn. I had wished to stay longer with you, but I owe Father Pyron the peace of knowing his father will be looked after. His family will be looked after. We will travel back to Verum with you. Then I must make sure they are safe. You understand? You nod in respect at your responsibility, at the responsibility the young man would willingly bear. Not all oaths come with a mark. Archive ally card 20, Finian. He is gone.
Oh.
I actually think it was Father Pyron I made Irish, and I'd made Finian quite like RP-ish, but I can't remember. Finian was Irish there, for lack of a better. Because Father Pyron was, they were all priests though, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right. So now we go to this section. Moving closer to one of those still afflicted, you note they seem to be dormant, as though sleepwalking. Further questioning reveals the Venerator arrived at the village yesterday and immediately started rounding up everyone into cages. The sacrifices began soon after. No words were spoken, though. It seems whenever he killed a victim, he would gain power over one of their closest relatives or loved ones. The thought curls your lips in disgust. Though he did not kill, he forced you to. Those he did not kill, he forced you to put down. Now only a handful remain, an entire village decimated. As if things could not get any worse for the survivors, you suddenly hear something no parent wants to hear. The children! A woman cries. They're gone! Tally loot level and losses, end of chapter 7.
It was Rumpelstiltskin.
Clearly. No, he only took one, didn't he?
Hmm.
And he also took it by agreement. In fairness to him.
Something worse.
Sorry?
So it's something worse than Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah. Alright, so tally loot level and losses. Hang on now. Okay, so gain 1 level according to the leveling table on page 26. So we are going to be at level 8. So what we get is we increase our maximum animus by 2. Or regen by 1. Oh.
Each character.
Yeah. So my regen is 7. I can make my regen 8, or I can make my maximum animus 11. I think I'll increase my regen.
Yeah, I also want the regen, I think.
Having 8 every turn would be very good.
And I'd like to have 7.
The companions get either a +2 animus token or a battle flow token. So that's basically they get one of their little bonus actions, as opposed to a token they can actually use.
Okay, let me get my pencil. Here it is. Alright, so the witch is having animus regen +1.
And so is the Harbinger.
Okay. There's a large number of squares here. I suppose it's worth noting that at the conclusion of Chapter 7, we're now officially 1/3 of the way through the game.
Yes, we are. That's true.
Alright, so with the priest and the warden, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they're just getting an extra permanent token? Is that right?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry,
so for the companions, how are we resolving them? They're getting
they get either a +2 animus token or a battle flow token, but basically either of the tokens that gives them a bonus action.
So should we pick a sort of a full power for them in case they become non-companions later?
You mean pick one of the reflow? Pick one of the
Bottom 2.
Yeah. Pick a regen or maximum. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just in case. I'm regretting not healing the warden before the end of the battle as well. I'm just checking the regen on the character sheets. They're both 6s, so maybe we just give them both regen as well. Chris is deep in the lore, so I'm giving them both an
No,
extra regen.
I'm just trying to see if it says something specific when when swapping a full character to a companion, vice versa. If it specifically mentions what you do regarding this duology you have here of choice.
Hmm.
It does reference it, but not in a helpful way.
Well, what I've done is I've picked regen as though it were a proper character, and then I've just noted that this will be an extra token if it's a companion.
Yeah, I think you just basically redo the leveling when you swap one way or the other. So I don't actually think we have to lock it in now, but we might as well. I'm happy just to increase the regen. I think regen's the most useful thing, to be honest, as a person to get.
Yeah, well, especially if you're a 6'8". If you're a 7'9", I don't know. But you're the only one who's 7'9". We're all 6'8", lowly 6'8".
Yeah, but being a 7'9" means that I can have 8 every turn. That's crazy good. Like,
yeah, that's really cool.
and also it's more common to have 1 left over than 2 left over. So having 1 left over is not so bad then.
I just always feel like I want more animus when I'm the witch, so I'm giving her
sure.
extra regen. Good. Now
Okay, so next thing we do, you replace the current item deck in order card. Yeah, that's you know how to do that. Basically,
card admin.
We're gonna get 4 common item decks, common items from chapter 8.
Dun 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 bum 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 bum. And then we should do a little bit of analysis about who's dropped their stuff while fighting the Venerator.
I'm gonna try and make space my stuff to lay down.
So, there we go. That's that. So now it's going to be 4 of these.
Right. Yeah. So have you gotten the common item four item deck 8?
Yes, I've got the deck 8 here. I haven't got those 4 items out.
No problem. Fine.
Alright, here we go. We've got Evergreen Staff. So it's just like a level... It's the exact same thing the Witch has got, but the next level up. And it is actually the exact same. It has not changed at all. Oh no, her version is actually the level 6 version.
They don't necessarily change. Some items are in multiple levels, right?
Yep. So
okay, so you could potentially break that and just replace it. We'll see.
We've got embroidered tunic. So I don't think we've seen this one before. So I'll show you guys. Here we go. Oh, come on, embroidered tunic. Come on. There we go. So it costs 0 animus. It's 3. Literally, like, everyone can wear it. It's 3 defense, and it says remove 1 status token from yourself or an adjacent character.
So that's good for both. Am I right in thinking both the Witch and the Harbinger can only wear cloth? So that could be good for one of them.
Yep, this is true. We've got a bow, a recurve bow. So that's only usable by the tree woman or bird guy.
Excuse me.
Not you. You're a literal bird guy. I mean, the guy who summons birds.
Yeah. The hunters. The hunter.
Hi, Skimble.
Yeah, he's hanging around.
Spike, we've got a one-handed dagger as well. When you critical during an attack that hits, battle flow 1 card. And that's got a yellow on it. It's cooldown 2. So that can be used by actually both the Witch and the Harbinger as well. I didn't know she could use daggers.
Yeah, she can, but I don't think either of our characters would be particularly sensible to actually do it.
Well, getting the Evergreen Staff to add 2 to my range was crucial for Chain Lightning. No, it was crucial for the Flame Whip and Chain Lightning. Although the Flame Whip whiffed.
Yeah. It was still very useful. It won the game for us.
So that's the 4 unique items. 4 common items.
Yes. So then, do we have the extra unique item? I can't remember. I think we might
do. We do, yeah.
Excellent. So the next thing we do is gain 2, not 2, but 3 in fact, because we have the extra one. Unique items from the Chapter 7 deck.
I hope we get his giant hammer.
Yes, I imagine his hammer may well be one of the weapons. I don't know. Hang on, let me just grab the deck if you don't mind. 1 second. Chapter 7. Oh, Chapter 7 1. Yep, I'm ready to go. What'd you get?
Venerated Plate. So this is his armor. It looks awesome.
Oh!
Defense 6. Move 4 in a straight line. You may move through other characters and obstacles during this move. If you move through an obstacle, remove it from the board. That's shit hot.
Oh my god, it turns.
Does cost 3 animus to do that.
Yes, because most items cost no animus. The vast majority, but
that's usable by the warden and the priest.
Easy, but it's defense 6, Mike. Passively.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like defense 6, that's mad.
So here's our unique item. Next is Condemnation. This is a 2-handed mace. This is the hammer. So it's 3 animus to use its power. It goes into cooldown 3. Its power is charge through 3. This attack also targets all hexes adjacent to your character, adjacent to your charge through path.
It's an actual attack.
Yes, it's an attack where you charge through 3 and then target all hexes adjacent to your charge through path.
Bear in mind, if a companion had that, then you only get to use it once in the whole granted, but it doesn't cost anything, and it's a free attack.
Yeah. I mean, these 2 pieces of kit together are pretty awesome. But we've got one more. So let's see what it is. Our final one is the cloak, the Black Sheep Tunic. So this is 0 animus. It doesn't have a cooldown on it. It says it's 3 defense, and it gives you a reaction when you draw 2 or more criticals during an attack that hits. Gain a wound, max once per encounter. And that's cloth armor.
Yeah, so we have a cloth armor now for both of us, which is for both of our characters, which is level
2,
which is armor 3. So that's great.
Yep, this is all really good news.
Yep. Okay, so before we start working out what we're going to do with that stuff, each unconscious, dead if playing on hardcore, mark 1 tick on the free company. All unconscious Oathsworn gain injury. If playing on hardcore mode, which we are, all Oathsworn on 1 or 2 hit points. So that's both the priest and the warden gain an injury. Am I right in thinking we currently have no injuries because we got rid of them all last thing?
Yes, I don't have us with any injuries.
Yeah, I think the medic cured them for us. Remember?
Yes, I think so.
So both the warden and the priest get an injury.
All right, who shall go first?
Don't mind. Make sure you get the injury deck, not the curative deck, please.
Yep, I got it.
That's what you always say. You never
There
do.
it is. All right, so should I do one first?
Sure.
Curative.
Curative. Are you sure it's the right deck?
Let's find out. This is the priest. I bet it's his concussion back. Now, lose some teeth. That just made you angry. So, companions do not suffer the above effects, but for now they're okay, because this is the first card. The poor priest has been concussed twice, and now he's lost teeth.
Might just double check. We don't have ability, do we? Draw 2 and choose one or something on our free company sheet. I don't know why that's.
No, what we've... Oh yeah, True Grit. When you gain an injury, draw 2, pick one and discard the other.
Right, so
All
you
right.
can actually draw another 2. Because those 2 were my 2.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yep. So I'll draw 2 more.
I don't know why that create that.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I've drawn Shock.
That curative, by the way, that I drew goes back into the.
Yeah, it's gone back into the curative deck, yeah.
Okay.
So I've got Shock, which just says, the horror. The horror! And Festering Wound. The only thing that should smell like cheese is cheese.
Ugh.
Well, I guess I'll take the Shock, because who wants a cheesy wound?
Yeah,
That's gross.
less unpleasant. Yeah.
Mildly less gross, yep.
Alright, so the next thing we do then is all Oathsworn lose 1 item using the encounter.
Yep.
Archive them. And that'll be it. So, do you want to simply lose the...
The only
evergreen
reason
staff?
not to swap those 2 out is if you wanted an evergreen staff.
I don't need. I don't think so. I don't. I only have a few range attacks, and they're all unarmed range attacks because they're like throwing quills and stuff. Right? So, no, I don't need it.
Okay, great. Then let's
The only,
just swap that
however,
out.
you could. However, if you're planning to, which I assume you are, is take one of the new armors that we just got. Then you don't need that the police, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true, but I think that,
Because I'm probably going to destroy Fran's Fortuitous Flax. As nice as it is, I should definitely just get a higher, a 3 armor rather than 2 armor, right?
Yep. Well, you want to keep the Death Rattle and the Lucky Charm, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yep. No, I think I'll just swap out the... I mean, I'm not particularly attached to the Consecrated Scroll, if I'm honest, but...
But it's up to you anyway. What do you want to lose then?
Yeah, we'll just swap out the Evergreen
You want
Staffs, I
to-
think.
I'll give that straight to you. It's and simple. So then I've gotten rid of Fran's Fortuitous Flax, and I'll take one of those to either the embroidered tunic or the black sheep. Discuss that in a minute. I think I'm probably inclined to get rid of the Fire Water, to be quite honest. Use it once, and we should probably. The sword is a decent sword, and the Plate of the Fallen is quite. Even though it's obviously not venerated plate, it's still the next best. I think it's the self-res element of it is excellent, right?
Yeah, well, what we could do is you could lose the Fire Water, and then just get some new trinket, and then you can take the venerated
exactly.
plate on the warden, and we can give the Plate of the Fallen to the priest, and he can use the Iron Hawbuck.
Yeah, or you can take the venerated plate as well. I don't mind. Although whoever takes venerated plate has to become the app. Yeah, I should have that because I got taunt, haven't I? And I got stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think if we give you the venerated plate, and then it stacks with your shield, and then we can give you a taunt, and then we're laughing.
Oh yes, because I have the shield as well. That's the other reason. Yeah, you're right. I've lost my shield. That's why I got confused. I literally wear the card. It's gonna be a drop. I had it like earlier. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's here. It's right here.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that makes
think
sense.
pretty much all
My armor's gonna
the
be 9 then.
yeah. So you'd have like base armor 9. Yeah.
And then
So
you
drop the
take
fire
your
water.
place to fall in then, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll replace the iron halberd from the priest. He'll lose that because I quite like the mead in the spine. Um.
You want to keep the meat in the spine. So yeah, the meat's
Well,
very
I'm
powerful
tempted to
for.
swap.
So
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I am
break
very
the armor's gonna get lost.
yeah. But actually, what I'll probably end up doing is dropping the spine for the
Take.
condemnation because no one else is using it.
Yeah, that's fine. I could use it, but
The condemnation, but it's two-handed. You'd have to drop your shield.
I was two-handed. Yeah, I don't want to take it. Then for sure, you take it for sure. Yep. I thought it was one-handed because he only has it in one hand, but he's a lot bigger than we are.
Yeah. So spine can go back in the pack.
But I broke your armor, not your spine. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
broke the armor. I kept the spine.
Right, and then the last thing to decide then is, so we have the embroidered tunic and we have the black sheep tunic.
Yeah.
I don't particularly mind, to be honest. They're both very good.
Well, I feel like the Harbinger tends to be closer into the fight, so you should probably have the tunic because it gets you the health back, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Unless
Also,
you especially
has
want the sorry, you should probably have the black sheep tunic. Unless you especially want the embroidered one for status tokens.
we haven't really encountered status tokens that much yet.
No, we haven't really.
I'm happy to take the. Having said that, who gets more criticals? You do big attacks with the witch, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean the other thing is I had the consecrated scroll which triggers off of 2 crits for that whole battle and didn't actually trigger it once.
Okay, well I'll take it for now then, and we can potentially rethink it down the line, I guess.
Sure. The only thing is if you take that, then after the next battle you'll have to give up either Death Rattle, Lucky Charm, or Tunic, Black Sheep Tunic. I mean that's in
Yeah,
which
is.
I mean, it'd have to be the Lucky Charm unless we got a better wand or staff.
We will. I mean, we did.
We could do.
So then we put your fleece garments go back into the pack. Then going into the pack, we have the spine, patch fleece garments, spike, and recurve bow, right?
Yeah, because the 4 items we destroyed were the Fortuitous Flax, the Iron Halberd, the Firewater, and the Evergreen Staff.
Yeah, exactly so.
Alright, and then I need to check the backpack to see if there's a better piece of gear for the witch than this scroll.
Exactly. Also, we actually are full. We're going to have to just... Yeah, we're at 20 already. The backpack, the 4 things just have to go completely.
Well, we've got a level 6 longbow we can ditch because we just got a new bow.
Yeah, and although we might use bows in the future, no one's using bows just yet. So. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the bow then. The longbow.
Yep.
We also have a reflex bow. Should we get rid of the reflex bow as well? We're not using bows.
And we just got a new bow as well, didn't we? So
if we're not using bows, just keeping the best one is. I think I'd like to keep the best ones. We have the option, but that's all we need, right?
Yeah, agreed.
So both bows are gone. We still need to get 2 other things. We actually have 2 copies of Police Guards in reserve, so I'm gonna get rid of one of those. Is that okay?
Patch fleece garments, yep.
That's what you were wearing. So we got rid of the 2 bows and patch fleece garment. We need to get rid of 1 more item, then everything else go into storage. Any preference? Pig iron
No.
mesh. Pig iron mesh isn't really necessary anymore now, is it? That's just a level 2 piece of chainmail.
Yeah, no, I get rid of
Chapter
that.
2. Cool, that's done. All right, so everything is up to date, with the exception of you said you wanted to see if you could pick another item for your.
Yeah, I'm putting the
Pop out
consecrated
video.
scroll back, and I'm tempted by the ancient tome. That's pretty cool. Although I tend to find use of all of my tokens. The weathered pouch is cool, but I rarely move 3.
Ancient tome is very cool, actually. Extra in power instead of a reroll or a battle flow could be great. I mean, the warden had a bunch of defense he never used because he kept getting hit by the
Well,
rain.
he gave
more
up
than
his
anything.
fire water, so he needs a token anyway. A gear.
He gave us fire water. That means we don't have to get rid of the pig iron mesh. We can bring the pig iron mesh back.
Yep, because we've got the space for it, don't we?
Can I take that tome?
The
Then
ancient
I can do it.
tome.
Unless you do want it, because unless you can have it if you want it. I'm not attached to it. It's just the idea. My logic is just I can then keep taking defense, but I could use the tome to swap one of them out at some point if I take many. But if you want to take it, I'm not married to it at all.
No, I'll tell you what. You take the ancient tome then, and I'll take the bacon.
If you
So
have
bacon says
4
if
health or less. Sorry, go ahead. You go.
Yeah, if you have 4 hit points or less when you use a card for defense, you can treat that card as having a cooldown of 0. So that's pretty cool. I can use a big spell
Cooldown
for
0.
defense and then get it right away. Get it back right away, basically.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
I do have a problem. I do have a bit of a problem with battle flow on the witch, because all of her best attacks take forever to come back. And we want to use them as often as possible.
Next time you get a permanent token, you might want to take a battle flow with her then.
Yeah, maybe. What has she
Well, that's the
got
problem
now?
you keep facing.
Well, she's already got 1 battle flow. 2 animals,
another
a
one.
redraw, and a battle flow. Oh, we don't get to keep our leftover tokens, do we?
Nope, we do not. It's all gone.
Boo. Okay, well, I think the rest is just little admins and bits, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. There is no admin. No, there isn't really. We've done the admin. It's just moving on to the next chapter then.
Fantastic. Well, going into chapter 8, we can shake up the reading a bit because you haven't actually done this one.
Yes, this is the end of my knowledge of Oathsworn. Into the deep void.
Yeah, we're heading into the deep unknown. So we'll have to find out what happens in the next chapter.
I'm excited to see what lays ahead of us.
Yeah, me too.
Glad we killed the Venerator, considering he was so tough in the story mode. Because he was a bit of a pushover. I think we had the right strategy, because if you think about how suddenly the Warden, who is the tankiest of everybody, how suddenly he went from like full health to 1 health. I think we actually had the right strategy of trying to close this fight out in as few rounds as humanly possible.
Yeah, well, especially given the fact that he didn't actually activate the Zealots, the Venerator, and they could only activate once per round. I actually think it was the mass Zealots that would have worn us down. Because the Venerator was pretty much always going to do the same sort of number of attacks. Well, 4 for his dice, plus 1 per round. I think to an extent
we killed him in 3 rounds. They only activated twice, the mobs.
Yeah, but also he spawns them back so quickly. I think if we tried to take them all off the board, it would have just been kind of a wasted effort.
Yeah.
Well, unless...
that's it. We did kill quite a few. I suppose if you took them all off, you couldn't possibly spawn them quick enough. But that's a lot. That's a lot of effort.
Well, the only thing I was going to say is if you had some kind of incredible enemy manipulation where you could trick him into destroying both of the houses and then kill them all, that would be great. But we didn't really have we don't really have the way to manipulate him like that. I don't think.
No.
Like,
no.
you need some character that can force enemies to move. Of course, now we've got his armor. We could have just stomped on the houses ourselves.
Now we could just break it. Yeah, that's pretty handy, isn't it? That might come in useful. Wait and see. A future encounter.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, cool. So, yeah, if you're watching this, that means you've been sticking through for the Oathsworn stuff. Thank you all so much for watching and for following us along on this journey. It's been a really cool ride. I hope you all get your copies of the reprint soon. We'll keep playing and we'll catch up soon. But if you don't want to miss the next episode of Oathsworn or the next video content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to Game Toppers for the Game Topper. Don't know how to play Oathsworn without it. It's massive. And we've got all the camera equipment too. But in the meantime, we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.